That's what's important.
Us players should have like a pre-zero session just so we could make sure the team is well balanced.
That's what Session
Like you
Zero
said,
is.
right?
It's talking about, what kind of character you make, sharing what kind of information you want to share, maybe sharing what kind of builds you have, so you can balance out the builds and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, but what if somebody's like, I'm gonna scrap this? Then you only have like 2 weeks.
That's true.
We can talk about it after this session if y'all want to,
That we
depending on
can.
how fast the session goes.
Well, it'll
Now we
go
should
as.
do it like when Brian's on his
Oh, come on, guys.
making movies and shit.
I mean,
To
we can
fill
talk.
time?
He
Like-
I'm talking about
doesn't
just the
have to be.
player. I'm serious.
He doesn't have to be on the line. That's the other part
Yeah.
too. He can hang up.
It makes
On
my
a
life
Sunday.
easy. Like I have to build the world around these characters. I kind of need to know
Yeah.
these things.
That's what Session Zero is for.
No, it's not. That's
There's
completely
no problem
backwards.
that's Brian on.
Like this world was
Nah,
built
I don't
out starting
think
from Midas's story. That was the foundation, building the world out from there.
Okay, look at that foundation. Guys.
That's kind of ironic.
From the one story.
It is
Yeah, no.
actually that was the
One story.
it was the foundation story, and here we are, the one we didn't touch.
That's
Give
crazy.
me one more second, then we'll get started.
Told y'all he was running from his story. It
It
happened.
seems so. That's so crazy.
He ran. He was a runner, a track star. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Pheno's fun though. It'll be fun. So yeah, Greg, the thing I was having a hard time about with Pheno about is essentially he was like the type where if everybody's like talking and planning and stuff like that about like how they're gonna like, let's say it's a building full of like bad guys or whatever it is, Pheno's the guy that's just gonna run it.
Oh, well, that's what I was kind of thinking about my character with too.
At the very beginning of the conversation while everybody's talking, just bolt.
So
Like fuck this plan shit. I need to get this sword. I need to kill this guy.
no, I would hate that, but I was thinking about a character like Drax from not from myself, but like that person does exist, yo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Drax the Destroyer, and there's movie magic to make it work, but it works.
Yeah, so I was just like, how do I make the character like and give him and make the whole team feel like that sense of urgency within him and like him have that sense of urgency but not rushing the buildings and be suicidal and have everybody like be put in like bad positions all the time.
Yeah.
With more my like, how do I do that?
I don't got an answer for that, but I
Well,
would
me and Brian kind of worked it out a bit.
okay, because I was going to say maybe there's a way where it happens in the beginning and like there's character development,
No, that's the thing. And this character's he's already lived 40-something years. He's like, this is what it is. I want to die. Like, I want to either kill this dude or I want to die. That was his thing.
He don't even do what our group doing.
Right.
Yeah, it was
So-
a long conversation about how we can make that character not suicidal and a functioning member of an organization or a group. Because one of the main things that your characters have to have is a reason to be in a group.
Gonorrhea.
That's a reason.
I mean, usually, look, Brian, most people aren't
What?
having group. Look, I'm about to tell you. Stop trying to.
I don't know
Most
if we
people
need this
aren't having
information.
group sex, right? Most people aren't having group sex. So if you're in a group, then it's less likely you're gonna get gonorrhea because most people get gonorrhea one-on-one. So in the group,
I don't
you're
think
like,
I'm
"Oh,
gonna
let
play
me
next
stay away from
campaign.
gonorrhea."
Actually, I think I'm gonna find a new group to play with because I
Last
cannot.
time on The Shadows Echo.
Well, I was going to say that. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, please. I rather have a different intro.
And for the last time on Shadows
Right.
Echo.
Now, I was going to say that next, but I want to see if you can get not coming off of gonorrhea.
No, it was going to be about crap.
Finish
Yeah.
it like we started. This just makes
Wait,
the
press the
energy. This makes the energy equal across the whole campaign for the last time. on the Shadow's Echo.
Last time.
The Misfits successfully defeated Vezeric, the last of the released dragons. Able to put him down with a final blow from Solora, the Sunrise Queen. In his final time-stopped breaths, Solora was able to wish for her sister's memories restored in full, without any of the repercussions of many, many years of life coming back to you in an instant. As Vezeric falls from the sky, the last hill giant is defeated. The conductor boomed his voice loud to announce the Misfits as not only champions of Sethric, but lords outright. Rulers to be listened to and followed. And as his voice rung out, a power rung with it. As the denizens of Sethric cheered in joy at their new leaders. Calls of the Headless Haunt, the Misfits, defeaters of Vezeric. Calls, of course, to take Vezeric's head, as is the way. But as the dust settles, parties are thrown in the Misfits' honor. The custodian, smiling, happy to see things progress forward, though he did offer locking Vezeric away instead of killing him. As things slow, and what's the first thing each Misfit wants to do as the parties die down?
As what die down?
The parties celebrating the defeat of Vezeric and the rise of the Misfits.
Minus
Solora would have.
Go ahead, Solora.
Solora would have ducked out early, with Theron to get in touch with her sister and make sure, that it actually didn't have any detrimental effect. See where she's at.
Okay. So Theron writes a letter to Alir, pushing in his coat, and you all wait a moment. It's a little longer. He checks again and writes another one and puts it in. After about 30 minutes, he feels something weighty in his pocket and he pulls it out. He opens it and kind of smiles and pushes it back. And then he says to you, you might want to take a step backwards.
She does so.
He steps back too, and then steps back again. And a few moments later, in a poof of magic, your sister and Alir appear. Your sister with a big, big smile on her face. And a very large, very heavy spellbook in her hand. As she says with tears in her eyes, I remember all of it. I remember my magic.
Oh. Solora rushes to her and hugs her.
She gives you a big hug and even levitates the both of you, shooting off little pyrotechnics. And Alir and Theron just kind of sit in a chair and enjoy the reunion of the sisters. As you all float back down and she begins to tell you about the life she forgot she lived. About her journeys experimenting with magic, studying the arcane arts, settling on the learned arcane wizardry, studying in many different schools around the world, doing it all under secret, of course, because it was disapproved of by her mother and grandmother. She had a mentor, a very old wizard named Theron, or Tristan. who she learned much from, but when the time came, who was unwilling to lie to her grandmother. The resulting, not quite conflict, but disagreement led to a compromise, one of her choosing, that she did not remember making afterwards. To save an ancient friendship and old allies and old ties, she wiped her own memory and left a note to the two of them, hoping to bring about the peaceful friendship they'd shared for a very long time again. Suffice it to say, neither one forgave the other for it ever. And it made an awkward situation for her in her new lack of information, not really having any solid direction to turn. All she knew for sure is that she should not be queen.
Oh.
But first thing she did was cast Sending to her old mentor. Second thing she did was cast a very rude Sending to her grandmother.
Oh.
But she is ecstatic to be fully whole again and cannot wait to introduce you to your nephew. The lone voice you did not know that you heard in the solar flare.
Well, that's Alora's night. We're gonna be catching up again. See y'all next week.
What are the other Misfits doing?
Well, right away, Midas is gonna go holler at the conductor.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, what's up with that water district?
He smiles. He's about 10 mugs deep. And he says, look at you, not throwing away your shots. Well,
Never.
let's come to the room where it happens. And he waves you to a little side room. It is overly decorated, very gaudy. He takes a moment to drink a potion that is a lesser restoration to cure the poison that is alcohol. And he says, well, just looking at it plainly, I have 2 districts, you have 1, and you want 1 that I have.
Yes, pretty much.
I don't see something down about it. This is a great opportunity for building and for success and for just the stuff that makes legends, you know? This is a foundation of something great. Don't you agree?
It is, I don't know. It could be.
I think the real question here is, who wants to be next to the creepy Skellington district, right? That's the question.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. You can have your boats. So long as I get one favor every 2 years.
What the fuck is this? This unnamed favor shit.
Well, no. It's restrictions. You can say no, and you can say no to any of them. Nothing's in stone. I'm not unreasonable either. It's just you'll be one of the lords of Sethard. I won't be one. I don't want to be one. So
I mean, sure, that sure work.
yes, I just want to be able to bend your ear once every 2 years.
Sure,
All right.
I will be listening.
You'll have your district. I'll have my 2. And
Wait,
yes,
the rogues. I have use for them. Do you have people that can fill both districts?
I mean I have the artisans, the talent, the lifeblood. If you want to mandate people move, you're welcome to do so. You are kind of in a shipping district. People there are kind of good at that.
Yes, I would like the rogues to come into this water district with me. I have use for their skills. Not only the best ones. You can keep most of the populace.
Why would I want the worst ones?
I just want the most roguey rogues. They can be good at other things.
This is what I can do. I can make it very clear that my interests align to the arts. And through my bardic talents, I can make it known on the sly that Lord Midas might have use for more roguelike talents in his district.
Yeah,
Talents that would be food upon in mine.
perfect. I love it.
And I am going to enjoy bending your ear once a year.
Yeah. And I will not enjoy bending the knee.
Oh,
No, yes.
None of that.
Sure.
Excellent. First things first. We drink some more.
You said we drink?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Nice drinking.
All right. X, what are you up to?
X. Can X do two things? First thing, Black Order related.
Well, let's do the first
Or,
one,
I mean-
and we'll go from there.
Goes to the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
His 10 members. He thanks them profusely, for coming down and supporting them. Are they in? I don't think we'll be in the party area, Brian. I think we'll be back at the house. By the way.
Oh, I mean, they went to the party.
Oh, they went to the party. Look at this guy, just making up stories on his own. All right. So there's a. So I'm talking to my cloak, and I just thank them for what they've done. Thank them profusely because we wouldn't be alive without their assistance. And I tell them, I'm not going to talk planning too much because we're just after the spoils of one big victory. But we will start moving as soon as my other group gets here. We're going to start moving, building more members, and within a year's time, I plan to ideally take out the masters.
They all, mugs in hand, nod seriously. One says, that is quite the plan you got there, X. Very extravagant. I like it. One eye towards the future. And he hands you a mug.
One eye to the future, but still thinking about right now, of course. And I don't know if you've heard. I don't think we've ever talked about my plan in the past. And I've been knocking out the powers that have been financing the group. We're going to continue that specifically for a year. And then as we grow and build and have the numbers, we're going to go make our assaults. A secret invasion or a secret war, you might say.
9 nods and says, it is well due time for them to fall. And I do think we are the right ones to do it.
Oh, this I know.
2, little hesitant, but raises her mug in toast and says, look at us. Look at us, huh? Who thought we'd be here? Not me. Year ago, we were all actively cursing your name. It was a bit of a game. I was the most creative. Then I died and came back, and life got weird. We all left everything we've ever known on the strength of you, X. And I think we're better for it. It was a year wasted, but all the years to come together will make that worth it. And we'll ensure that the other cloaks can feel this too one day.
Time is never wasted as long as there's an opportunity for growth and learning. And I assure you, the person that I am now is not the person that I was a year ago. And I don't even know if you would all. Yeah, that's. We have lots to catch up on about that. But I am completely a different person. Hey, look, here's a book that I learned how to become a better person with. And X pulls out his books. Like, read this. It helped me develop. It helped me to be a better teammate to the people that I'm with now. Not that y'all are bad teammates. Y'all are the greatest teammates. But this right here has helped me become the person that I am today.
And they pass around the books and start browsing through them and like taking notes. Oh, did you know this? Wow, you should be nice to strangers. Why would you do that? And every once in a while, someone comes over to thank them for fighting the giant during the conflict there. And it's a new feeling for the cloak to have public adoration and people thanking them for something they did. People even knowing what they did is completely foreign to them. But I think you guys spend the rest of the night going through the books, catching up on time missed, strategizing in your own coded ways, but reveling in a communion in a community you haven't had with them in a very long time. Samson, what are you doing?
So this is just immediately after, right?
Mm-hmm. There's been a party, so it's right after the party or still during the party?
During the party, Samson's just gonna step outside and pull out his mirror, knock on it, and see if Arya's by hers.
She answers immediately, looking through it. Oh, good, you're alive.
Better than alive, sis. Better than alive. Sorry, there's fireworks going on over here.
Are there fireworks there? Did you all win?
Yes, yes, we did. You can hear it. It's a celebration.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that, Samson. We were a little worried, but we believed that you had it in hand.
Yeah, I almost called for help a couple times there, but we pulled it out.
We were listening, and you see an owl hop down off the roof and kind of on the shoulder.
Hey, Victor.
He kind of nods at you and turns its head in the weird owl ways that they do.
Oh man. Well, I just wanted to say, Arya, I think my days of adventure might be over. I think I got what I was looking for.
What will you do now?
Write the greatest song ever about the Misfits. I don't know. I might stay here for a while. I don't know. Maybe we can make something happen with Setheret and Heavenwood.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, I'm gonna go get back to the party. Vic, you coming or you going?
The owl hesitates for a moment, lands on the ground, and a poof of purple magic. Everard appears and says,
Everard?
They're not coming. Come on, let's go. We'll drink.
Ah, man. All right. I'd rather be drinking with you. No offense, Arya.
None taken. And the mirror cuts. As you and Everard head in, back into the fold, and the drinks and the party. As he brings out a bag of holding and just starts throwing out cash and bottles of liquor out of it.
Holy shit.
The party never ends when the heavenwards are here. He's just, choo, 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 choo.
I just start. I look to the group and I'm like, "Hey, look who's here!"
Everyone's like, "Yeah, let's go, more heavenwards." And actually, everyone, a lot of these people would know Everard based on the circles he runs in and the circles these are.
Yeah, this is his people.
These are his people, actually. Like, legitimately. It's like, oh, this is where you went. I've been looking for you everywhere. Yeah, I had to get out of town on that last job. Don't I know it? And it's just all swapping stories. And you get to, like, see a side of Everard and a side of his world you've never seen.
Nice, man.
Okay.
I do want to look around and try to find the conductor to try and play a song with him, because we've never performed together.
As you're looking, he is walking up to you. And he
nice.
puts an arm around you and says, hear me out. Hear me out. I got a plan. This is a whole thing. I've been working on it the whole time. You ready?
All right.
You ready? So
I'm ready.
So this is the room. It's happening, right? This is happening. And he straightens you up and gets you by both shoulders and kind of shakes you a little bit. You ready?
I think.
Bard College. We're making a Bard College, Samson.
A Bard College?
We're gonna fucking teach bards. We're gonna make more bards.
That's the greatest fucking idea.
That's what it's all been for, Samson. So it's all been fucking for, the Bard College. We're gonna teach him everything. Fucking everything, Samson. Everything. He's got a little tear of joy comes down.
We're gonna start a college for warrior bards.
Whatever bards they want to be. Whatever bards they want to be, Samson. They can be little play bards. You know, they can be singing bards. They can be drinking bards. They can be writing bards. So many options. We have so much land, Samson. I have 2 districts, Samson.
This is better than I thought it would be.
Samson, sing with me, Samson.
I'd love nothing more.
Come on, man. Come on. Springtime of youth. Let's go. Let's do it.
Samson already is fumbling to get his loot.
He's on top of the bar top, kicking glasses away. Move! No, wait. Come closer. See this. Witness us.
Midas, get over here.
Midas.
Midas coming over. What's up, guys?
There's no time for that. Get on the fucking bar. Let's go.
Get on the bar.
Get on the bar.
He hops up on the bar. He's been drinking. He's going with these clowns.
All right. And Samson just starts strumming something. Just trying to get the tune. As he's drunk, his fingers are all fumbling.
The conductor
we are
opens
the
his
champions.
bag. Probably. The conductor opens this bag
Absolutely.
and starts pulling out different instruments, trying to pick the right one. What do I play? Trumpet? Maybe not. Saxophone? Later. And he just says, I'll sing. And he just starts booming out, "We are the champions." And it's a simple song with a simple chorus, and after the first round of it, the entire bar is singing, then the entire district is singing, and legend tells all of Sethred, in unison, somehow, some way, sung "We Are the Champions."
Hey. And as soon as "We Are the Champions" is ending, and Samson just starts stomping on the bar.
Hey, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that one was coming.
And he says, as you guys are about to pick it up, Everard says, "What are we doing?" And he runs up, takes out an item, breaks it, and says into it, "You gotta fucking get here right now." And the front door bursts open and pink and green flourish as Tana runs in, voice booming, to join the celebration as she has her pipes for singing.
Hell yeah, she does.
As said,
fucking family reunion.
Good old Everard, Evanwood throwdown. Behind her, you see she's brought a couple more musicians that you've seen from the place whose name, excuse me.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about. Where they hold all the throwdowns and shit.
Correct.
It's in my notes. I don't feel like getting
It's
that book
in my
out.
head somewhere. But they come in behind her as Little Sethrit for one night is the greatest show in Elestria.
In the world.
Elestria is the world.
Okay.
Mir, what are you doing? Your mic is muted. You there, Terrence? Consistency, I like that.
Can we say the show guardian started swaying till we heard the champion?
100%. 100%. He actually had a great old time. Just a little more personality coming out than you're used to seeing.
As we're singing, Samson gestures wildly to X to get lost ones for everybody. Lost ones, let's go.
Why do you think I'm about behind the bar, buddy?
Well, get to work. Let's go.
Galdo and Callow have been there at X's command, because of course he would have done this immediately. They've been making lost ones at a record-breaking pace. Of course, the improved, better tasting.
At this point.
Huh?
I didn't think it had to be stated at this point.
Samson has also taken spice and is passing it out to anybody who wants some. Like he's opened the bag. It's more spice than anybody else fucking seen.
Oh, and X asked the Black Order if they can do some of the shadow art puppet tricks that we did growing up.
Yes, finally, X, you can get your puppet show finally off.
Yes.
You can finally get the puppet show off as they do a mystifying puppet show to the music, playing on the walls and the ceilings and about the room and telling epic tales quickly and on beat.
Did I say puppet show? I meant to say shadow.
I know what you mean. It's a shadow show. Shadow.
That's great. Like a shadow Vezir being beheaded over and over.
100%. The turtle's going down.
Hey.
It is essentially.
Midas, as everybody gets more and more hype, Midas kind of goes back to a seat and kind of just sits and starts drinking. He's very reserved.
You're not playing with us anymore. You hopped off the bar.
I think he would eventually make his way out. I think as Tana and the other professional musicians come in, he probably transitions out.
No, you know what? Everybody has their pipes except him.
Yeah, actually.
He's got. If you would have if somebody saw him kind of move off though, it seems like he's kind of thinking about something. He's not as happy anymore.
And as you find a place to sit and relax, a gentleman comes and sits down and kind of holds a beer up to you and says, "You did good out there."
Midas looks toward him. Who is that?
And he says,
Who is that?
"May we be in the heavens an hour before Strahd knows we're dead."
Who the fuck is this? Is it Anton?
It's not Anton.
Wait. Oh. Is it Lot?
Roll investigation or perception.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, how do I figure out who this is next to me? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Gosh, damn it. Alright. I'm going to use my thing, my social versatility, so I can reroll D20.
Go for it.
Alright, there we go.
20. At first, you cannot tell who this is at all, but you can see that they can see you can't tell. And they smile. And you see some of the more familiar mannerisms start coming in. and you very slowly start recognizing Locklemore behind it all.
Mike says, "Oh, you came here. Thought I was gonna have to go find you."
Well, they can't having you out here dying now, can we? You were fighting dragons.
Yeah, I was.
The boys
Uh,
were quite worried.
Yeah, they're pretty solid guys. Gentlemen bastards.
Hmm.
Um, like, where are my parents?
He
And
downs
what
his
happened?
drink.
You said we need to talk.
We do. We do. I have fulfilled most of the promise I made them. There still remains one last thing I promised I'd do.
What is that?
Bring you home.
I'm coming home. Coming home. Midas, like, Locke, don't play with me, Locke, and his tears are welling up. His eyes are welling up with tears. Don't play with me, Locke. I can't take another heartbreak, Locke.
It was the hardest thing they've ever done, letting you go. But it was the right thing to do. And I think
When do we leave?
we leave in the morning. So enjoy your night, Midas. You've accomplished something great here.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it.
Let me tell you,
And
these don't come around very often. These are the ones you cherish.
Midas starts, he pulls out a little notebook and he starts writing, and he's kind of trying to write down all things that he want to tell his parents about. His feelings and things that happened to him in life, and kind of that he never forgot them, and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Locke orders another round for you two, and he stays close by throughout the rest of the night. As eventually the party slows down, and it's eventually because Evan Woods can go for a very long time. But eventually, the dust does settle a bit, and Midas, do you say bye before you leave, or do you leave?
Midas is going. No, he's not going to sneak out. He's going to embrace the Misfits. Tell them, I'll be back, guys. I gotta go meet my mom and dad. And he gives them all hugs.
Whoa.
So Laura says, before you go, one more man on the moon.
Sure. Let's see.
Well, I got it before he goes too, so he got two before you.
Well, say the other one while I go track this music down.
All right. As he gives him a hug, was the team aware of Midas' spy network?
No.
Yes, right?
No.
No, never mind. There's nothing else then.
So
I'm happy for you. You're no longer an orphan. That just leaves me.
Oh my goodness.
We're your family.
This cannot make this guy
We
happy.
can't replace your parents. But you want to meet mine?
I gotta travel with you right now.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, yes, but I have to wait here for a very important meeting that will be starting hopefully in a few days. DM.
You can go if you want to go and come back and not miss that.
So Laura says, I'll go with you.
Oh. Anyone else? It'd be good for them to meet my friends. All right.
Samson's not going to go?
To meet his parents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I think everyone just looks at X.
Fine, let me go tell the Black Order what's happening. My cloak was happening.
And we will say for now that Mira is coming as well. But as Samson casts Scry on the Man of the Moon.
Wait, it's the next morning already?
Yes, we're going to the next morning.
Okay, I missed that. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes. And so Laura asked for one more Scry on the Moon.
Let's get it.
And why is it so low? Oh, there we go. As your vision's pulled up, and up, you find yourself in a very familiar room as the Man on the Moon is smiling directly at your scrying orb this time. As he gives a little bow in your direction. He takes a deep breath and says, "Good morning, Elestria." It is a bright, wonderful new one in Golden Leaf. We have some exciting news as we're one dragon short in the world today. That's right, they did it. The Misfits have defeated Desirek. He's gone, everybody. I don't know if you knew they were there, but the Misfits handled it. Lo and behold, Sethrit rises from the ashes. I expect great things from that new nation. And believe you me, that will be a nation. All eyes will be focused southward at this budding new, inspiring place. Word on the street says Bard colleges may be popping up soon. Keep your eyes, ears, and talent open. I don't know if you've heard, but I hear a certain ambassador has found her way back to the arcane arts. You know her, you love her, and I'm sure you'll be seeing her soon. I'll leave it at that. Now, I don't know how many more stories I'll get out of these Misfits. They've accomplished, so much. Some things are left on the table, but I'm sure some up-and-coming plucky adventurers can pick those right on up. You all stay classy down there. I'll keep my eyes watching. Make sure I enjoy what I see. And he puts the scrying necklace back on as it fades, and he gives one last bow to your scrying orb.
Well, that was fucking amazing.
That's pretty cool.
He learned about a lot that quickly.
So Laura, your sister? Was that the ambassador? Okay, she doesn't respond.
You're muted.
Sorry. Sorry. I was gonna say as soon as the Samson like came out of his trance, Thor was just gonna like get up and go upstairs and call you know who. See if she's heard
Voldemort?
that. You know what?
Who you calling? Right, who you calling?
My grandmother.
Okay, you're gonna nail that down a lot.
Didn't you say that your sister sent her a message already?
She did. Your sister sent her a message immediately.
Yeah,
so
I never did check in.
you say the words, and the scrying orb appears.
I did it. Gone.
Congratulations, Solora. You've done a great task. One that's never been done in this world. I feel like I can assume that you used your boon for your sister.
I did.
That was
Wait, the side thing got retcon?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was very good of you. I don't know if it holds much weight, but I am proud of your decision.
I hope we can be a family once more. Even with memories restored.
There's a pause for a bit. As she says, we have always been a family, and we always will be. There will be some conversations that must be had. But the world is a different place today than it was yesterday.
I say I plan to make us a powerful magic nation again. I hope you're willing to help with that.
Longer pause this time. As she says, we'll add one more conversation to the pile.
Laura nods and ends the whatever. She stops the invisibility, and then leaves well.
Okay.
But she nods in respect first.
Okay. As you come back down and rejoin the group, Oriana is there, who did enjoy the party with you all. She's a little worse for wear from having, died from acid. But she's healed back to full health. She has lost some mobility in her hand. But she does say, I have greatly enjoyed my time with you, Misfits. I do need to go to my monastery, check in, and rebalance a bit, reevaluate some relationships in my life. But I will be back.
Laura nods knowingly.
As you see, she's still wearing the two necklaces, although they are broken, where the pendant was. And she says, thank you all for watching out for me. I will see you when I return, yes?
Yes. I don't have many places to go, but I am taking a trip right away. Tomorrow, today.
On our
I should be back in a few
flying
days.
Be safe, all of you. You do have a tendency to get into trouble.
That's the old us.
Like yesterday.
Right. You will find change is a little harder to stick than that. And gives you all a nod, gives Laura a hug, and makes her way out. Logan, who's waking up from his drunken escapades, stretches and sees everyone's kind of getting ready to go somewhere. And he says, "You leaving?"
Temporarily.
Yeah,
Briefly.
we'll be back.
He stretches and says, All right, I'll hold down the fort. Don't worry about it. I got it.
No. Is
Um,
Mikkel, was he staying in that red district?
Mikkel is yet to return. His forces, to your knowledge, were not coming out of that area.
Okay. Maya says, "Hey, Davina said that we want to trifle with him as far as hurting him, and he can't really hurt us, but he might be able to help you with that whole Bloody Nine thing if you want to visit there while we're gone."
He looks at you and says, I'm afraid I know better than to trifle with the Bloody Nine. Some things you just have to live with.
Okay, all right. That's my guy. If you get us little as a pinprick, you make sure you stay away from Epilogue.
He laughs and claps you on the back. It hurts a little bit. And he says, "Oh, Midas, don't you ever change." As he picks up the Maker's Sword and goes behind the bar, grabs another cask and says, "I'm going to find the after party."
Hey, Logan, when you find the after party, I'm assuming you'll find Everard too. Let him know I'll be back soon and just kind of look around and see ways that we can help each other.
He's going to say, yeah, I'm actually going right to find him now. Will do.
Cool. Cool.
Cask in hand, he heads out.
Oh, meaningless decisions he can make for me in my stead. I don't want to speak for anybody else.
We're going to party for a 10-day. That's how this usually goes in the north.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, we should be back.
And he heads out. And sure enough, as you hear the door open, you can hear a party slowing down and or starting back up. Hard to tell. But as that concludes and he leaves, you see Locke stand up. And a lot of you are just noticing him for the first time as he's been kind of amongst the passed out people, but was just kind of sitting there. He stands and says, "Well, if we're all ready."
What?
Where's
We're ready.
my sister?
They passed out at the bar, telling stories, drinking, reveling in her newfound memories. A lot of them were with Theron, traveling the world. They are currently still sleeping, if you'd like to wake them.
No, I'll like slip a note in her hand to like
Aaliyah
call
is
me when
up,
she
though.
wakes up.
Aaliyah is awake.
Well, I'll just say to him, tell her when I get back we have a lot to do. And I hand him my bag of holding.
He takes it, puts it on his waist, and he smiles big as he has taken off his coat and laid it over Theron at some point during the night.
Oh.
So he's just sitting there, no shirt on.
Oh, fucking hell. This guy.
He looks like he woke up 3 hours ago to get everything looking great.
Okay, Fabio, get the fuck out of here.
Smiling large, and he says, "You have done us the greatest of honors. You are the best little sister I've ever seen in the world. 100%. You."
I'll give him a hug.
He's a little surprised and hugs you back, and he says, "Thanks for giving my friend back." He nods. And then he kind of leans over the bar to grab a bottle.
He's not a real person.
He's a very experienced pirate. Locke gets up and says, Now, if everyone's ready, we can make our way.
I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
There he is.
Yeah, I got caught up in like this crazy game of Magic the Gathering on Spell Table. I had no choice but to play it through, and I won. I bust their ass.
Good job. So,
Yeah.
all right. So this is the situation. There was a big party to celebrate the Misfits' victory. So what did Mia do after the party or during?
After the party to celebrate.
Mhm.
The mirror, he still had some things he was tinkering with back at the lab that we found and refurbished.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had a lot to do with making the goggles right, and but also whatever Greg asked for, and trying to make some excavation.
Yes, for the moon.
Yeah, for the moon. I would imagine. I don't know how long after this is, but I would like to have figured that one out between Bane Free and because you said I was still waiting on him, and Benefree or whatever it's called. But what I would like to have happened is successfully gone to the moon to excavate properly the mysterious materials that seem to emanate the whatever I see in the goggles. I obviously know that these parts of the moon are special. I imagine, and I don't know what I discovered. Do I discover multiple materials that don't just make me extra uber smart and strong, or do I see other materials that could do other things as well?
Well, let's put a pin in that for a moment.
Okay.
And we'll circle back around.
I don't know how long in the future you're asking me.
Oh, we hadn't even gone 24 hours. I did not specify. You're absolutely right. But I didn't want to break the momentum. I do need these things anyways.
All right. Well, yeah. I think I'm trying to figure out the excavation tools.
Okay. So, Mir, ever the astute scientist, while he is enjoying the party, he is also hard at work. A multitasker, if you will. In the morning, Midas did ask if everyone wanted to come with him to meet his parents for the first time. Will Mir be tagging along for that?
To meet his parents?
Mm-hmm.
Why are his parents special at the moment?
He's never seen his parents before.
Yeah, I'll come.
Okay. So, as the Misfits gather, Locke, realizing everyone is ready, he will take an item out of his pocket and take it to one of the doorways and kind of draw. It looks like what would be a teleportation circle, but he's putting it with a door in the middle of it. And as he finishes, he kind of cracks the item and purple dust comes out as the door glows, and he closes it and opens it again, and it now is the countryside of Evanwood, which Samson and Midas would recognize. And he smiles and says, "Learn that trick from a gnome," as he walks through.
I just walking through. And he's like
Didn't expect me
really
back here so soon.
nervous.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As the Misfits follow, door closes as the last one passes the threshold. And you see lush hills, trees swaying in the wind. It looks peaceful, is the best way I can describe it.
Samson takes in a deep breath and just kind of savors it for a moment.
Mm-hmm. As you all kind of take a moment to get acclimated, Locke does a loud whistle through the wind. A few moments later, the whistle is returned, and you see a carriage coming over the horizon on one of the hills in the distance. Is pulled by very large, very pristine horses. And as it gets closer, you see it's very ornate and well decorated. And
Can I roll a history check?
go ahead.
Sorry. You can keep talking. I'm loading up the app.
And behind that are horses and another carriage and more horses.
Fuck is
And
this?
as it gets closer, there are
Mine's like, which one of the drivers is my parents?
17.
17. You don't recognize any of the.
Ooh. I'm gonna use lucky to roll it again.
Go ahead.
Look at that guy.
30.
Holy shit!
30 burger.
Hey.
Wow. Yeah, that's fitting.
That's what I thought.
Well, in that case, these are crests you recognize, but never really knew which families they went to. But you've seen them everywhere growing up here. You've seen them. Stories have been told about those crests rolling in certain powerful families, certain powerful circles. They are to be respected, but you've never known what happened to the families they belong to. Evanwood, of course, has the history of sharing this land with the elves, but there was always rumored to be a third power here. And from stories you've read and research you've done, these crests belong to the long-rumored third power base of Evanwood. And as Midas asks which one of the drivers are my parents, Locke turns and smiles.
Son of a bitch.
Locke turns and smiles and says, "Now, why ever would you think they were drivers?"
And Samson looks
I'm
over
poor.
his shoulder at Midas and says, "No, you're not." Well, yeah, you are, but you should have been. I'll let the surprise happen. Holy shit!
So as the carriages roll up, the first 5 pass you without stopping. The 6th stops. As the driver gets off, gives a bow to the group.
Samson takes a knee behind Midas and kind of waves his hand down to the rest of the group. Like, no, drop down real quick.
Can I quickly roll history?
Yeah.
By the way, 4-1-14 for today. Yes.
Oh.
In case I need it.
Gotcha.
Oh, and Samson says in the through the telepathic bond, just do it for Midas.
I'm gonna do it. Just hold on one second. Motherfucker.
Myers gets on his knee too.
Uh,
He's like, one more time, I guess.
23 for my history.
23.
Any clue?
23. You more recognize the formalities of it. You recognize how royalty moves, how power moves. It speaks to how your grandmother or your mother would move in your nation, or they'd move visiting a foreign nation where they're highly regarded. It
Okay,
all
that's
just,
enough for me.
yeah, it all speaks to you of high class and power.
So I'll just say, remembering that partial crown that you saw in the astral, so Laura, leans over to Midas and says, "I fucking knew it," and pats his back and kneels down too. Or I told you, because she told him.
As the last carriage stops and the driver gets off and takes a deep bow to all of you, he goes to and opens the carriage door. Is empty. As the driver looks to you, Midas, and says, "For the 6th."
Oh. Midas, he stands up and says, "I guess we gotta go take a carriage." He gets up and he goes to the carriage, and he gets in, and he's kind of just in the back, kind of slunk a little bit because he thought they were going to be there, and he's nervous because he knows he's kind of going to meet him, but he's like, I was hoping it would happen now.
Right,
like, just taking longer. Just taking longer. So he's kind of like in the back.
There's room for everyone
guys,
in the
come on.
carriage. Yeah.
Come on.
Samson just kind of looks around and says in the mind thought, I'm not taking another knee.
One and done.
Yeah.
Lord, me too, Midas. You only get one. No. Just kidding. She pats his shoulder and says, "Chin up, Your Highness."
As you all make your way into the carriage, and it's a oddly large carriage on the inside, but there's room for Locke as well, and they actually have kind of like limo seating where there's seats on both sides and then one seat where the door should be on the other side.
Can I roll an investigation, just kind of checking this shit out? Wait, what?
Yeah.
He's just not paying attention to this.
25.
I'm sure. It doesn't seem magical. It just seems to be very expert craftsmanship. It is designed to seem a little slimmer on the outside than it is on the inside. You think they may have designs of these that are not for pomp and circumstance and are for troop transport. That will make it seem like there's fewer people in here than there are.
This is just a masterful engineer.
As the door closes and you all begin the ride, it's nice inside. Locke seems to lean back and say, "It's a bit of a long ride."
Does the carriage have suspension, or do we feel the bumps?
You feel some of them, but for the most part, it is a extremely smooth ride.
Samson continues to marvel at the engineering. Did Mir come with us?
Yeah, he's here.
Mir, can I see the spice glasses? This is fascinating.
They're here.
I'm gonna say that was a yes. I don't know. As you turn on the spice, and you're looking around at the carriage itself, and there's nothing really on the carriage. It doesn't seem to be anything other planar. And as you look up a little disappointed, you notice the group. And at some point during the night, someone has regaled you all in a spice art form. Everyone's spice outfits are extravagant. They all speak a bit to who you are and who you want to be. So Laura, what is your spice outfit?
So Laura's just head to toe, more like a knight, but I don't know, what's her name in Lord of the Rings? It's pretty much armor, gold armor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
In chainmail, but with with like her crown, but like in like a wizard staff.
And so it is. X, what do you look like in Spice? What's your Spice outfit?
Gonna go a little fantastical right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, maybe I just did too much with that word. All right. X. Okay, so there's 2 layers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all white because this is White Order.
Mm-hmm.
White Lotus or Light of the Lost. All right, so the inner layer is similar to the White Ranger and Power Rangers when they lost their ninja powers and they had to get it back.
Uh-huh.
You know the first movie what I'm talking about?
I
So
do.
he has like, yeah, all right. Looking ill. All right, looking ill. And
You mean the ninja outfits?
the ninja outfits, yes.
You stole my
That's
goddamn idea. Oh my god.
That was quick. Press on.
Wow, was he gonna do that?
I swear to
You'll
God.
never
But
know.
Go ahead, though.
Go ahead. Y'all can both have a different. Go ahead. They can be, similar but different. 'Cause
That's
he has
the
2
inner layer.
layers. Yeah. What's the top layer?
All right. The top layer. So the hood is on from that inner ninja layer.
Mm-hmm.
The top layer is a trench coat type of thing. So it's an all white trench coat. There is and there are gloves on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the on the arm you see a symbol of the katana, and it's the Ninja Turtles katana
Mm-hmm.
insignia, as a constant reminder of not to lose his way in this battle for justice against this evil organization. God damn, there was one more thing I was about to say. Oh, he has his mask. On his face. His Quarter of the Owl's mask.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his Spice fit.
Okay. Mia, what is your Spice fit?
My Spice fit. You know that Moor painting? Like the Moors? It's a cross between what he said,
Mm-hmm.
the ninjas portion. But with a Moor outfit, kind of turbaned out,
Okay.
heavily cloaked. The concept is that but I have golden, shoulder pad armored up, a belt, armor, golden, belt plate,
Mm-hmm.
and knee, I don't know what the hell they call it, but whatever, kneecap braces, whatever. They're golden as well. I don't know if I can say this. It's a look, but technically, I'm heavily cloaked because I found a way to be a Swiss Army knife kind of Inspector Gadget because I'm an artificer.
Yeah.
To have underneath, to have underneath all this garment. So if at any rate or at any point I feel like there's something efficient that needs to happen, I have the tool for it, or I have the mechanism, third arm situation that can pop out of the cloak and do what it needs to do.
Well, keep in mind this is an aesthetic thing for the moment.
I know.
Okay.
But in some type of fashion, it's like my body's a little bit bulkier than you think. Then you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's kind of the point.
Fair enough.
But yeah, and also I got locks, but the only one lock that's standing out has my mom's golden trinket wrapped around it.
And so it does.
Hang, yeah.
Midas.
So yeah, it's just a double layer. On the inside layer, it gives the effect like that it's someone's arms around him hugging him.
Mm-hmm.
And on the outside layer, it's just general clothes of a merchant. So it looks like essentially he's kind of given like he's loved by people, and he's a merchant. because that's what he wants people to kind of know him as with this little shipping business.
Okay. And Samson, what do you have?
I'm sorry, for what again? My bad.
Your spice outfit, your spice garment. What is seen in spice vision when people see you?
I want something that, really speaks to my time fishing on the airboat. And also something about, being a bard.
Describe it.
Okay.
It can be vague, but just give me a little more than that.
So, essentially, you see on my garments what looks to be pinstripes, but upon further inspection, it's actually musical that make the pattern. And above my head, there's a fishing rod that casts out to whoever is gazing at me and tries to reel. Not reel, like it's just.
Yeah, that's actually perfect.
Hold it like this.
Very awesome. As you glance at Locke.
Well, also, there's two little, I guess, bards on each of my shoulders. The little devil angel.
That is actually great.
Oh shit! My homunculus servant's on my shoulder too. I'm taking it.
Hey,
It works.
let's go.
Above all of your heads, you see stamped in bold letters, Misfit.
Nice.
And as you look at Locke, you see just a rotating face that changes every few seconds. Choo, choo, choo. Always different, but always kind.
That's awesome.
Exactly, Locke's bullshit.
Samson was about to say, he told me this guy was an asshole.
Never know who this guy is, man.
And the faces there's a wild range of faces. It's fascinating to look at. That's what you see in the spice vision. As the carriage continues, Locke is just kind of smiling knowingly at Midas. They're not saying anything, but just seems very excited and very proud. Eventually, the carriage does come to a stop, and as the door opens, you can hear the hush of a crowd. You can feel the expectation in the air. Slowly, you get out one by one. I assume Myers is going to get out last.
He's gonna
Last or first?
he's probably gonna get out first. Okay. He's gonna run out. It's like, Locke, which one of them, Locke?
As you exit, there is crowds as far as you can see.
Where, Locke?
People
Where are they
looking expectingly, hushed. You hear whispers. See the sixth? It's the sixth one. Today's the day. Today to decide. And
What are they talking about?
change these all to fives. The fifth. Sorry, 5 characters. He's the fifth. Today to
Right.
decide.
Can I quickly say, when before Solar gets out the carriage, like anything like denoting royalty, she like hides because she doesn't want to take away from Midas's shine right now. So she's trying to like fall back.
Unroyalty yourself. Okay.
Anything obvious, she puts away.
Understood.
Not her jewelry.
Taking the
gonna
ring,
rob
taking
us.
the
My
rings.
sister's
Oh,
poor.
right. These are thieves. So you find yourself in what can best be described as a purposely humble village. But you can see the artistry everywhere. You can see the craft and the care and the intent to make it nondescript. But it's done so perfectly that it stands out. A people who knew they needed to hide, but were too proud to truly do it. There's a few hundred people, we'll say, out here, and they leave a path in the middle for you to follow that leads to a grand hall.
He runs down the path. He's like kind of like not comfortable with this whole crowd, and he's just trying to find his parents. So he doesn't care about any of this. He's running in the path. He's like, sorry guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. And he runs. I'm just here to see my mom and dad.
As you rush up the steps to this hall, Misfits in tow, because I'm sure they won't let you too far ahead of them. You burst in the door, and standing around, it seems like they thought they had more time. People are kind of situating themselves on this 5 thrones up there. And like 2 people are sitting, a couple are talking at the base of steps. And as you come in, 2 turn, and there's surprise in their faces and a smile as the older woman says to you, "Always in a rush, aren't you?"
What do you know about me? I'm just here to meet my parents.
Older gentleman smiles and says, "I think it's proper to say hello to your parents first."
Who?
You're my dad? Mine's kind of just looking around, kind of taking it all in for a second, and then he runs over to him and just starts. He grabs and starts crying.
They hug you.
And he's like pouring, crying. Can't talk much.
No,
It's
they're
not coming out his nose.
holding you tight, and the tears are running down their faces. And as Locke enters the room, he kind of moves to the back of it, but he's smiling big and happy. And there's like a little one tear coming down. He's kind of wiping it away.
And Midas runs over to Locke, hugs him, and then goes back to his parents and hugs them.
Locke kind of, at the summons of your dad, walks over. His dad shakes his hand, and Mom hugs him. And he says, "I promise I'll get your boy back to you." As the dad smiles and says, "I don't care what they say about you, Locke. You're an honorable man." And Locke smiles and says, "Don't let that get around."
Mom, Dad, look. These are my friends. Come on, guys. We're the Misfits, and we fight and we save people and we do a lot of stuff. And Solora's my friend. He pulls out this
the note, the writ.
The note, yeah, the friend of Falls Stick. He's like, and she's my friend. She said I can come to her kingdom, and she belongs to Falls, and she really does. She's really royalty. And Sam said he's a pride, and they're really not so bad. And I thought they were bad, but they're not so bad. And he's crying. He's like, this is X, and he has a family, but he doesn't really have parents, and we kind of bonded over that, but then we kind of didn't. And he's really complicated guy. And I met this mountain dude, and he's a jerk, but he's not the worst person in the world, I think, but he's really a jerk still, and I don't know how to feel about him, but he's not here anyway, and he looks around, he said, and I killed a giant, and then we killed a dragon, and then we killed another dragon, and then he's just like telling him pretty much like everything. He's like, and Locke showed me a whole bunch of stuff in life, and I met people, and I went to the Feywild, and we got whisked away into the Feywild, and I met werebears, and I met this dragon leaf thing in the Feywild, and we fed it sunshine.
That did happen.
And there's a manservant, and he doesn't know who he is. I don't know. And he's kind of just like blabbering on about
your mom's face is just radiant, taking in the story and nodding along, and seems to be as goofy as you are. And your dad's nodding, and he's like, "There's a lot to take in. You're saying so many words. It's just hard to." No, it's fine. Keep going. It's fine. He looks over to you guys. Is he always like this?
No.
Good. And as you're going, he kind of like stands you up straight and let me have a look at you. Kind of looks you over and pats your arms and kind of straightens out your outfit and says,
And he says, I'm poor though. Why are you guys? Are you royalty?
And he looks at you and smiles and says, well, I don't think that's the important question here. The question you should ask is, why didn't you grow up here?
Or people are after me. They're trying to kill me. I assume that's why. That's why Locke took me away.
Sherman.
I kind of owe him my life.
Well, tricky. No, people aren't technically after you. But you apparently came across an artifact of ours that we wanted back. Didn't know it was you. You're really good at killing, huh? That's my boy.
What artifact? What are you talking about?
Oh, the dragon scales. You know, the thing everyone kept trying to kill you for.
Well,
What?
you're part of the Fallen?
He looks at you a little strange. Son, we're all the Fallen.
Sorry.
Midas backs up.
What?
Says, no.
Son.
Now he's very serious and angry.
There's a conversation to be had here, son.
Fallen are evil. And I don't do evil.
So Lars steps closer to Midas and like just
You're breaking up a little bit there, Michelle.
Yeah.
Steps closer.
she steps closer to Midas and kind of just like to offer support by proximity.
Does she feed him cat liver?
What?
Cat liver is like super ingredient in Elestria.
During the mental link, X says, "What do you want to do here?"
Midas says, I guess we got one last fight.
Oh my goodness.
Lars says, if that's
They
what you
better have
want.
a damn good reason.
Your mom says, I'm not sure what you've heard of us, Orion, but you need to listen and be an adult and listen.
Alright, you tell me why you're trying to destroy ASMRs.
Dad kind of sighs and looks a little annoyed, a bit of angry towards Locke. And Locke kind of throws his hands up. You didn't task me with teaching the boy that. And he looks back to you. And he says, we are a people blessed or cursed, depending on who you asked, with the ability to hear the divine. Our connection has led to being tools of that divine, to do what some consider great good in the world. But a tool's a tool. We were for purposes. Eventually, one grows weary of that life. It is a decision that we all come to naturally. We don't we don't force it on people, but we do find it is helpful to have the wisdom of elders when making such decisions. Now, there is discourse amongst us for what purpose we should serve in the world now.
Why the cult following of Tiamat? And I'm supposed to kill the fallen. I've killed so many. And Bryce is looking at his hands like, I've killed so many.
And you do kind of start to get a bit of a headache, actually. As your mom says, there are two paths laid out in front of us, Orion. One has been brought to us by Tiamat. The first of us were freed from our divine shackles by Tiamat. Some of us feel we owe her for that. Some of us do not. But it is a decision too big for any one ASMR to make. Now, there are different kinds of us. The rarest, and you see her hair alight in fire, and your father's hair alight in fire.
Ooh.
And the two sitting on the dais, their hairs alight in fire.
Who are the two?
You don't recognize them? Oh, well, obviously you do not. But they are sitting on the two of the outer thrones of the five. And she says, when you were born, we knew you were like us. A rarity. But as we decided long ago, the fifth ASMR, the fifth scourge, would decide what we do next. So, and the father cuts in, so we sent you away to grow up outside of this, to make your own decisions about following the voices in your head, about right and wrong in the world, about what balance needs to come, what changes need to be made. And then the mother cuts in about what mercies need to be given, about what hope needs to be extended to the world. And as they're talking, they're slowly reaching out to you. Each one hand reaching out to yours.
If Auntie would have said that in Black Panther, we wouldn't have had the whole rest of the movie.
Midas is he's considering. He said, well, I'm not. I don't know what to do, but I don't think following Tiamat is the right way. Are you guys telling me that you never forced anyone to leave their guide?
Your father sighs. The guides fail us all. They will eventually fail you too. I'm sure you've had questions for them they had no concerns over. I'm certain
Yes,
there were
exactly.
people you cared about that they felt insignificant.
It's exactly the truth. They
Oh.
only care about killing you guys. They told me to kill my family?
Mother sighs and says, they care little for familiar bonds. Some care little for familiar bonds. You are a tool. Who cares if one tool breaks another? The father says, it is not as black and white as that, but a task need to be completed, and you were picked to do it.
Okay. Well, I don't think that we should be following Tiamat. But I also don't like these people speaking in my head, messing up stuff, telling me to kill my own parents. I think we should choose our own path.
They nod, and there's a hush, because the crowd has slowly made their way into this very large room.
Yeah.
And you can see they've kind of filtered to one side or the other. And as you look, it is almost an even split. And now that you notice, your mother is standing on one side and your father on the other. And they nod at your words and turn and walk up the dais and take seats at either throne, leaving the middle one open. And they look to you and say, then you choose that we turn from Tiamat.
Yes. But I also choose return from guides, too.
Your mother smiles. That one, my son, was a given.
We walk our own path.
Father kind of sighs a bit and says, we'll have to send a lot of messages out. As he kind of smiles a little wryly.
Samson says, and the head thought, a true misfit.
Your mother pats the middle throne and beckons you to come sit.
I just goes up there and he sits down and he eat. Because who are the other two?
Friends, not family, but Score, Jason Mars, who have come to be over the ages.
I just goes to the other two and shakes their hands.
They're a little older, and they shake your hand too, and they smile, and they're very
It's
glad.
nice to be around my people.
One of them
Our
smiles
people.
and says, "You sure took your time, didn't you?"
I was actually running from you guys, trying to kill you the whole time. So.
And the other one whose hands you shake says, "Oh, you're lucky we didn't send the strong ones."
The wrecking crew almost put me out of my misery.
Yeah, they that was kind of the they're in trouble assignment.
Yeah.
Good job, though. He kind of slaps you on the shoulder. They had it coming.
Yeah. He leans forward and says, "Guy, I can't stay here though. I'm doing something. I'm building something."
Your dad nods, and your mom looks a little disappointed, and she nods, understanding too. And he says,
I always visit.
"Orion, you can live as you please. Just know your home is here. You have power here, and you just decide the fate of our whole people. So,
I decided to fake. No.
Not
You
bad
said
for
I
the
can
first
make
day.
One decision. One decision. I made one decision. That's it.
He smiles and he clears his throat and says, "My son said fuck Tiamat." Oh, fuck Tiamat! Hey, fuck Tiamat! Hey, we're done with that shit. All right. And you see him kind of like taking off some of the darker garb, taking out some of the dragon pale from near you. I just got this tattoo. Hey, I told you to wait, man. We told you he was coming. He's been saying that for 5 years. And it's just as the crowd gets off of their sides and kind of meets in the middle, and a celebration going on because they finally have a direction to choose. And there just seems to be a collective breath of relief exhaled from everyone, as while they were, it seems that some of them felt they were honor bound to Tiamat, but weren't very excited about what that would mean in action.
Fuck honor.
And they have been waiting a very long time for the fifth Scourge to decide their fate.
Wow.
As there's a bit of a celebration.
That night, Midas poisons them all and says, I have to kill all of the fallen. Yes, we did it, Valendris.
X gives him the poison.
There's a bit of a celebration as the Misfits are kind of like ushered up near the front, and the other four Scourge come down to meet the Misfits, and of course Midas' parents are very excited to meet his friends. And who has the highest perception out of you guys? Is it Solora or Samson?
I think it's me.
Is it you? It might be you, actually.
But you got a plus
Give
what?
me perception checks from some people's.
Yeah, can you run mine?
Yeah, give me a second.
I'm throwing them bones. 16. And I'm going to add my things onto it.
Dirty 20.
Wait, can I give Bardic Inspiration to Solara?
This is not something you're. This is just a. This is just seeing your perception in this celebration. So it's not something you're aware of boosting in the moment.
I got 23.
I got an 8.
Me, I got a 5.
Yeah,
What?
dirty 20. 2.
Okay.
You said 30?
No.
No, dirty 20.
Oh, dirty. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get your inherited 20, everyone is celebrating, but you do notice near the back, there is just one person that does not look very happy. That is slowly and quickly making their way out the room.
You might have noticed this too. He rolled a 23.
Oh, did you?
Kill him.
Oh,
Kill him. Kill him with fire.
I missed your 23. Oh, because you added the thing to it. You actually make eye contact with this person. And you recognize him as that archer that kept getting away. And as they look at you, and look at your station, and look at this decision you made, they give a begrudging nod and turn to leave.
Midas is like, he's going to call out. There's room for you here. I don't have any problem with you anymore. You can stay. You can choose your own path. That's what this is about.
He looks, and there's a momentary quiet as, you know, people
During
are
the quiet, Samson wants to interrupt the pregnant pause and say, tell him again. And that's Bardic Inspiration.
Midas says it again.
What are you trying
There
to
is
persuade?
room for you here.
Roll persuasion.
All right. I'm gonna use my thing again. All right, 21. And I got bardic inspiration, which is a D10.
D10.
Can I guide myself?
No.
No. All right. So just a D10. Gosh damn it, 23.
Okay. A hush kind of has fallen because everyone's hanging on your words anyways, and these are projected. And they're not quite sure who you're talking to, but everyone understands it's not them, and the person who it's meant for understands it is theirs. And he looks, and as he puts up his hood, he says, "There's too many graves here for me," as he makes his way out.
Many graves here?
Kill a bunch
Might
of his
as-
friends.
You'll be
Yeah,
you'll be
that's
in
what I
one
thought.
if you do what we think you're gonna do.
He just seems to be leaving.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
Midas wants to detect thoughts if he can.
What's the distance on that?
He's gonna move. He's gonna close whatever distance he can. If the guy's leaving, Possible. He'll freaking use a what's it called if he has to dimension door,
fireball?
whatever he has.
Oh. Y'all gonna have to either give me acrobatics to get through this quickly, or use a spell to jump the.
I'll use a spell.
Okay.
I'll use far step. It's a teleportation.
Okay.
I can teleport 60 feet.
Okay. You're able to essentially jump the crowd and meet him at the door as he's about to exit.
And might just ask him, Are you going to attack us? Attack me? Or is this just we go our own way? He casts and detect thoughts on him.
Okay. He takes a deep breath and looks at you and he says, "Let me leave in peace." And his surface thoughts are very conflicted. He feels honor bound to avenge his friends, but he is honor bound to the fallen, first and foremost. He's heavily conflicted, and he's not sure the right course of action, but he is aware that if he stays here too long, he will make an action.
Okay. Midas presses in, and he says, "You can leave." In his head, to him, "You can leave. I'm not stopping you." And he opens the door, but he is in his head, and the guy knows it. 'Cause that's how the spell works.
And he turns to look at you, and he says, takes a deep breath and kind of shakes his head as he's leaving.
And when he does that, Mike says, I just want to know if you're going to try to kill us or me. That's all."
And he stops and he says, "And if I
I'll
say
stay out of your way."
yes, would you kill me now?"
No, 1-on-1, we can fight. Nobody will jump in. We can do this somewhere secret. Not right now.
All right, Hamilton. He just shakes his head and says, "How could I kill the person I've been praying to arrive my entire life? Let me leave."
Ace just walks back in. Says, "You have your..."
And he leaves, deeply conflicted and unhappy. But not everybody gets a happy ending.
Nope. Might as well kill that man. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill your ass. Might as well like, that's it. That's it. You're done.
But as a celebration is had, stories are swapped between Midas and his family. Friends of the family who are very excited to see the young Orion return. Cousins you didn't know you had. And wealth, as your father keeps reminding you of. But,
Okay.
but he.
Do I recognize anybody there?
You don't. You do not.
Okay.
Your mother says, taking you aside, and says, "It seems you have built quite the life, my son."
Yeah. But this was just in pursuit of finding you guys, I guess.
Surely you had other goals.
I've picked up a few. That's what I'm going to do. I start a shipping company.
That's excellent. I do hope none of this changes that.
No. That's why I said I can't stay. I have to run my company.
And I assume you'll want to build it yourself.
Oh, for sure. No handouts over here. That's how it's been my whole life. Got to get it from the muscle.
Well,
Samson says in the mind thought, we just got it from the muscle, Midas.
you don't hear this. He took her. His mom took him aside.
Oh, okay. My bad. He's not beginning.
But I definitely can't. I'm gonna call it a night, fellas.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, Dan.
And she says, "I'm glad you're building something, and I hope. I'm excited to see what it is. Should you need our help, reach out. I expect you to do this on your own."
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to trade here. A big shipping company. I want to be big. I could use your advice.
Well, we actually have an expert for that. We can put you in
It's
contact.
Tanner. I know it. It's Tanner. Is it Tanner? Is it Tanner? Fucking hate Tanner. You know what?
If
She's
you wait-
such
if
an
you wait
asshole.
10 seconds, he'll tell you.
She smiles and says, "Oh, you know her."
Oh, I turned her into a slave, then I got her freed, and I tried to kill her.
That was you.
She attacked us.
Honey,
Yeah.
honey, he's the one who cursed Tanner. What? He goes, he goes over and smiles, and that one was always a little too big for her britches, if I say so myself. She need to be knocked down like 16 pegs. Good job.
So
That's
I-
hilarious.
So
I
I
Laura's
would assume there's
crying,
also
laughing.
like some like comedic or irony that it's like we couldn't find out who did it, and it's because it was you. We were looking for ourselves.
He's like, good job with the whole body snatching thing. That was inspired.
yeah, yeah, I thought she was trying to, thought she was evil. Didn't know this whole fallen thing. And then Midas, and says in his head to Locke, what the fuck, man? Why wouldn't you tell me this shit?
Locke shrugs. Wasn't my job.
And so he's like, yeah, so sure, I'll talk to Tana now if she even wants to be. Well, I guess she kind of does. Yeah, actually, the Misfits and Tana have some relationship.
More than some, Midas.
Yeah, she wants to trade with us, right? She wanted a trade
Yeah.
relationship.
It's my first cousin.
Oh, yeah.
So we're one
And-
big
oh, yeah,
family
Samson.
here.
Yeah, I tell you, Samson's a prime.
You
They're
did say
related.
that. Oh, look at that. Small world. Small world. How's your part of the country going? He says to Samson. Midas'
Oh.
dad.
My part of the country. My part of the country is in Sether.
Good answer. Good answer. That was a good answer. You got good friends, Midas. You got good friends, Orion. Really good friends.
Yeah. Shit. I kind of made a name as Midas, but it was really just to hide. No. I like being called Orion. That feels good. Only the people close to me.
Good.
Samson looks over and says, "So."
Nope. To the Misfits, I am Midas. We're close. But
you pissed me off. I'm gonna pull it out.
no, come on, man. I mean, it's like a different. We're close, but like these are new people close to me. You guys are the people that met me as Midas. I feel like it would be weird to have you start calling me Orion.
Understood. Midas.
Thank you.
And during that, your parents kind of backed away a bit as your dad hugged your mom as they kind of just watched their son interact with his friends.
And he says, "Oh, guys, thank you. I can't shake this accent now. It's stuck. So this is who I am. I realize that you don't sound anything like me."
If it make you feel a little better, we can kind of talk like that.
No,
That's
don't do
something
that.
we
Nope. This guy did that for a long time. It was really annoying when I found out.
Samson puts his hands up and he's like, you know how it is. You know how it is.
We have to move him in circles. We kind of,
No. I don't need that. That's so. I'm all right.
Thing with him.
Oh God.
It's the same. I can hear it. You have the right.
Midas walks away. You guys are doing it all wrong.
And then
it's not how I sound.
I was sitting here thinking as we were talking, we could have a new chant for my. They could be. It could be like the Sima bard. But instead of those letters,
and
we say what?
Your dad speaks a little louder and says, "Everybody, Midas is more comfortable if we do the voice. If you don't mind just dropping into it."
No, Midas. No, don't.
They
I don't
all.
like it.
Midas, let's all do it in the voice. Let's get a little twang to it. I speak like the poor people. That's fine. We can all be poor.
I wrote a little tune to it. So it goes, fuck Tiamat us because we're down for Asamots. And it's the same tune as the Sima bud. Fuck Tiamat us because I'm down for Asamots.
Yo, this motherfucker.
What is happening?
Stop this.
It's rough.
It's rough. It is rough. It is rough. And they kind of try it. That doesn't work very well.
Down for Asamots, something like that. No.
We can workshop it. As
that's what I'm saying. It's a rough.
I should just quit trying to tell him. So, guys, I got business to run, the shipping business. And Mike says, but I could use a little bit of money. I wouldn't be coming back often. And he says to buy another boat. That's all. Or I could just use a boat.
Your dad walks off and kind of ruffles your hair and says, I suppose we do owe you a bit of allowance, don't we?
You don't owe me anything. But I'll take what you want to give.
Samson says in the mind thought, you got to learn how to be a rich kid, man.
Exactly. When Midas said you don't owe me anything, Solaris like, yes, I do.
Your mom reaches into a pocket and takes out a letter and hands it to you and says, when you're ready, reach out to Valet and Bulk Banking. Write the number you think is appropriate.
All right.
Samson speaks up and says, you wouldn't happen to have, a precious jewel in there. Would you? I could do a whole hero's feast if you did.
They kind of look at each other and say, we just did a whole thing about not really liking divine thingies. Is that divine?
And I don't know anything about the vine, but you know.
Food is divine. I'll tell you that. Good stuff. Samson knows how to cook.
Someone go into the jewel closet. Someone
That's
says,
crazy to say.
Which one? None of the old ones. Just like, how much? What do you need?
Mike's is confused. What the fuck is this?
Something
jewel
small
closet
worth
shit?
100 and what was it? 160 or something like that.
The walking around money closet. And
Yeah, I'm dead.
Walking around.
you see, some one of the kids.
Then one of the kids.
The kid
Samson once again looks over his shoulder to Midas and says, I told you you shouldn't be poor.
I'm not comfortable with any of this.
You will learn to be. You will learn to be.
And,
Yeah, when I get my shipping business off the ground.
Eventually, a jewel is procured. A hero's feast is created. A night of festive, just rejoicement is had. You do. Eventually, your mom does come over and whisper, not really anything, like just within reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really plan to dip in here much. I have my own money that I've made in this world, and I believe my shipping business will get stronger. Enough money to maybe buy a ship or two, at most, is what I'd be taking. Outside of that, I don't think I'd be wanting anything else.
This is for emergencies, and you can have any one of Tanner's ship you want.
Okay. Thank you.
She gives you a hug and a kiss, and the night goes on. Eventually, the Misfits make their way back to Sethrith, and we find ourselves at the Epilogue. So, who would like to go first to tell me what becomes of their character?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Midas becomes a pretty known commodity as a merchant shipping expert.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he's really known for. He doesn't really care if people kind of know who his family is, but he wants to be kind of known that, hey, I did it mostly on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously I have some privilege, but I didn't have that privilege until late in life. And really though, what he really cares about, what he's really doing, is he's going to build the greatest spy network ever known to the world, if he can. That's what his goal is. And he is going to remain in the shadows of it. And the goal is that the network persists. So even is more important than his life to him. And the network is pretty much to kind of do good for the everyman and the poor people, and stop pretty much like kingdoms from warring and stuff like that, where it will hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's kind of trying to protect against. He trades in information, and essentially like he wants to make it that if you ever catch a leg in this organization, like that's where it goes, like that's where it stops. So that's what his goal is to do with it. You catch a leg, that leg gets cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And including him. If he gets caught, like he has like a kind of like succession thing where, the next person's up and he's gone. Like, he'll die for it.
Is Midas willing to accept Tanner's help in this?
With the spy organization?
With all of it. She does all of that already. The Ignobles are a spy organization, and she has a shipping empire.
thing is Tanner going to be like loyal to it, like he is, and loyal to him, like he would be essentially like he would be to any of his spies. Like this can't, like he doesn't want his mom and dad to know about it. He essentially doesn't want anyone to know about it.
The Epilogue don't know what she does. Like that is her. They kind of found out some of the stuff she does, but her entire thing is building in a network and an empire outside of her family name, and trafficking information and ensuring. She was trying to pull the ignobles away from the Fallen to begin with. She had no interest in any of that.
Okay.
And she climbed the ignoble ranks to be in a position to take them away from the Fallen. And to turn them simply into an information organization. She is a hyper loyal person in general. Very big on deals and keeping your word for things. She would be a very good partner in what you're trying to do and could teach you a lot about what you want to make.
And he would accept Tana's help. Because like I said, it's bigger than him. He doesn't care that, she used to be an enemy or whatever. It's like, yo, this needs to get up. It needs to go. So yeah, he would accept her help. And essentially, he kind of just wants to like be able to move information, when he needs to who he needs to pretty much push things. They're not a murdering organization. They're not killers. They just, if somebody probably needs to die, then they might need to let the information about what they're doing to maybe an enemy. It's like, hey, I'm not killing them, but
they may get killed.
This is what they're doing, and that's pretty much like kind of how he wants to run it.
Okay. I like it. Who's next?
I guess X can go next.
Okay.
All right. So, in years' time, can I just skip and say that X finally defeats the Black Order?
Yes. X can eventually get enough built up, enough support around him, and you know where they are because Assad told you.
Mm-hmm.
And make
got you. All right. So even before I say that, what was the Ninja Turtle's name again with the katana?
Oh, one thing. I'm sorry that I have. I want to open that thing again.
I was gonna ask you what you do with the scroll, but we'll come back around. Hold on.
Yeah.
There's a different question entirely.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, Greg. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
The one with the katana is Leonardo.
All right, so Leonardo's sword is actually hung up in the base of the White Order in Sethrit. Again, as a reminder, as part of the creed that we are going after those in the name of justice, but we cannot go to the extent of throwing our own selves away and turning on those who we want to help, or just going mad in our revenge, as Master Splinter or whatever his name was reminded us. So that's his honorific, and it's a constant reminder for us. So with the help of the cloak, his former cloak, the group that he's building, X is able to take out the Masters, right? So it was like a Secret Wars type of thing. X is able to take out the Masters with very minimum, I'm not dumb, there are going to be some Black Order members who die in this that are still there, but very minimal casualties, right, to them. And what happens in the future, the White Order still is about, I hate saying the White Order. The Light of the Lost, there's factions within the Light of the Lost. Some of them are strictly healers, right? So the very first thing that X did in Sethrit was build a hospital. So some of the Light of the Lost are healers. Some of them are just straight to cast penance on those who have done wrong to the needy, right? The ones who cannot help themselves, the powerless. And then there are others who like have ascended and have been able to master both things, healing and the killing and casting judgment. X relies on hopefully X relies on a spy network with one of his former friends who, that when they hears rumblings of people with power doing unjust things, that they can be able to take those people out immediately.
Midas, do you pass that kind of information on to X?
Yeah, if I think an organization is dangerous and probably needs to go, then Midas definitely will make sure that X finds this information. He wouldn't tell him directly,
Right.
because he doesn't want X to know that he's doing
the one
this.
passing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants the information to find his way there. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, what was I saying? Boom, boom, boom. Information. Yeah, so there's like a lot of different networks where X or the Light of the Lost gets information from. And honestly, the main goal is to check those power balances, and things are not done in secret. That's the other thing. If you know that the Light of Lost is doing it, is not done in secret. We come with our masks on, whatever that mask shape is taken. X is being the owl mask, and we just do. We're able to do away with the people who are causing justice, whether they're royalty, monarchs, whoever it is. Like, that there is a watcher for those who have power. And lastly, once X understands that the Light of the Lost is at a place where there's no leader of the Light of the Lost, right? If anybody does go against that creed on the katana, losing their way or whatever like that, they will be dealt with immediately. But once X finds out that it is a group that can self-function, he actually just leaves, and he just utilizes his healing powers, going back to that area of penance for what he did do in his past.
Okay.
Unnamed, unknown, just healing folks.
I like it. Samson or Solora? Who's next?
Okay.
Okay.
So Samson has a few little things that he has to get squared away before he rides off into the sunset, right? So he's gonna hit up Travis the tailor, let him know everything is all settled here, it's safe, and he wants him to come judge the tailor that he recommends.
The dwarven woman.
Yes. So do I have to roll anything for that?
No, she passes with shining colors. She was very talented.
So now Setheric as a tailor that Travis would recommend. As time goes on, I would like Sir Jacob to come to Setheric.
So Jacob's staying in Risquib. Nope. Riveria as the headmaster to the magical academy there.
Oh shit. I didn't know he got that position. Okay.
He built it.
Huh?
He built the school.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't believe that either. Shit. Yeah, I want Samson wants to open up because Samson's not taking a territory in Setheric. Samson's just going to float throughout, right? And just wants to set up and work specifically with Solara, Assad, Midas, the group. Like we all have some shit, And Samson's vision for Setheric is the Republic of Elestria. Like all that Game of Thrones bullshit led to us really being, like Star Wars style Republic. Just us. Not the big ass room with all the levels.
A group of leaders leading together versus a monarch.
Exactly, Republic, a aristocracy, if you will. Yeah. Samson is going to finally remember the desire to overthrow Gilovesto as just a childish, foolish errand.
Mhm.
And you'll always fondly think of the fact that it could have went that way. And I could have risked all of these great people's lives for something way less meaningful. Because now we're here. Yeah, Samson is just going to be a bard and a diplomat. But just, anchored in the truth. Making songs about what's really going on. And it's like, you don't like the song? What are you going to do about it?
Awesome. Very awesome. So, Laura.
Samson would also, one of his bucket list items is to perform on the Man on the Moon show.
Tiny desk concert, so to speak.
You can probably get, Tiny Desk. You can probably get that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably figure out a way to Tiny Desk it up. Somehow, some way.
That's awesome.
That's funny. Tiny Desking it up. Okay.
I hope that happens. Like if our characters ever find the Man on the Moon later on.
So Laura.
Yeah, so it's our first Tiny Desk.
So Laura's goal is just to work with her sisters, to like learn, like to become like a powerful wizard herself, and then once she takes the throne, to start to make the nation a magical, very arcane, powerful arcane country again.
Could I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're an elf, how many years is it until you take the throne?
99 more years. So I was going to ask, what are you doing in the meantime?
Just getting her arcaneness up.
Okay. Where are you spending your time?
I'll say Sethroyd would be like her vacation home, but one, she wants to meet the Grands, the Pirate Grands, and like take some time learning like the way of the water, etc. And just like kind of traveling around, seeing like what her sister can teach her.
Okay. A family adventure, because of course Theron is going with for those.
Of course. Now I want to be like the flower girl at Theron and Earlier's wedding.
Which you are. And the maid of honor. Okay. And what do you all see for Sethred? Is it becoming this 5 Lord Republic? 6? How many of you guys are there? 6 Lord Republic? Are the Threshold Crests being installed here eventually?
Yes.
Yes.
So, this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about, in game. What do you guys think about moving Setherd? Just, every half year?
Every half year?
What
Every
the
half
fuck?
year?
That is very often.
Also,
What the fuck?
yeah. Wait, we can control where it goes or no? I don't remember. Can we control where it goes?
Yeah.
If you're just using the Threshold Crest alone, then it'd be point to point. Or plane to plane, if you figure that out.
We'd be
As
going
long
to
as we
another
don't have
plane,
to
Samson.
Depend on anybody else to bring us back, man.
No, I mean, you have the Threshold Crest. So it would be...
Yeah, no, we have all 5.
You can move the city at will, but you'd have to...
I'd just think it to himself. It wouldn't be bad to get information off of another plane.
The options are interplanal or a set location on this plane. but you'd have to essentially reset the landing spot if you want to go somewhere else on this plane. So it'd be setting up the threshold crest in your city and then setting up where you want to move to upon jump.
Can we set it up where we're not traveling every 6 months, but we're traveling if there's like a threat to the city?
10 months maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 5.
I mean, I'm even okay with moving like at intervals just to keep people guessing. But 6 months feels a bit.
5 months.
I just don't want to spend 6 months in the
5
Feywild.
months.
No.
5 months.
Not the Feywild. Not the Feywild.
That is a fucking Samson. You
Well,
saw
see,
what
I
happened
mean,
in the
what
Feywild.
about the astral plane?
Okay, hold on. All right.
Astral plane. Still are. We don't want to meet your.
I mean, it seems like a lot of fucking fun.
We just spent 1 month in Satharit, and I aged 3 years. So yeah, 6 months. We keep hanging around each other. We're just gonna keep finding people to kill.
I mean,
Well, wait till I get back to like move. Like, don't just disappear all crazy.
yeah. I mean, as long as we confer, like on the date, like, hey guys, we're moving it now.
Right.
Then I don't think I'd have a problem with that. And as long as I always know where it's going, Samson, don't pull some weird shit like, hey, I thought it'd be cool to party in this place, and you fuck around and take us somewhere crazy, Samson. I know how you get.
Also,
All right. So while we're all talking, what's the contingency plan if one of us goes rogue?
I mean, you know,
No, Light of the Lost can handle that.
Sure they can.
Right. So if you go rogue,
let's just
Like-
say we let them go their own way.
I just said we let them handle our own. Yeah.
No, I don't think I just said the same thing you just said at all.
No, I'm talking
yeah,
about
I
what
don't
Samson
think
said.
I'm signing. I don't. My point is, I'm not signing off from the Light of the Lost to have.
Look, you might not be able. You might not have a choice, sir.
Oh yeah? Are you already
sorry.
going rogue?
What-
Logan
What
clears
is
his
that?
throat and says, I'll deal with it. That's not a big deal.
Oh, that was an in-game conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Logan says this. Logan says, "Oh, he'll deal with X."
No, Logan says, I promise each and every one of you, should any of you stray from the path, I'll meet you.
And try to kill us, or like, what's does
I
that
thought that
entail?
was that not the ask? Was the ask not to murder one of you? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I don't think that was the ask.
Hey, he was
mean,
definitely
Logan,
Samson.
sometimes-
You were asking
I-
that, right?
I- If you scrape your knee,
kinda-
Logan,
I
you
was
might try to
kinda
murder
talking
us.
about
You
No,
know?
I
I think sometimes.
I was talking about mutual murder between the
Oh,
group.
so there we go.
Anybody.
I am saying I will take that sin upon me.
I was saying like
Logan, I
like,
think you're enjoying this too much.
I was saying like more like erase their memories relating to the group and let them go their own way.
But
But I was
they'd
saying-
still be a bad person.
I mean, if they don't
maybe
pose a real threat.
It's an option. Yeah, but I do agree with that for non-consequential threats, like people that even if they show back up, will just ball you right back up. But when you get kill shot on certain people, it's gotta take it.
Logan laughs and leans back and says, listen, I've traveled with many people. I've seen many rulers come and go. You lot don't have anything to worry about with each other.
Right. Not like someone's gonna like kick someone off the mountain.
Hey, that'd be crazy.
That would be
Yeah.
so crazy.
Oh
Wow.
wow, dude!
Imagine that universe.
So wild you have to reverse time.
Yeah, but the damage would be done.
So, I think all the Misfits have very ambitious futures ahead of them as they build and grow and continue to make Elestria a much more fascinating place. Midas.
Yeah. I need some inspiration from Samson. I need it all.
You got it, bro. Like, yeah.
Actually, let's put a pin in that. Everybody roll a D100 for me.
Yay! We get to figure out when. Here we go, everybody.
So here are
Come
the
on, give me a
rules.
good year.
We're all going to roll D100s, and from those numbers, we'll pick to see when campaign 2 is going to be.
Definitely not mine.
If you roll over
This is-
50, we're going to subtract that number from 100. So, 50 is the top off. 49 is the top. I want all your characters to still be alive in campaign 2. Just old.
Mine is like campaign 2 starts tomorrow.
Right. 3 years is a long time. You guys have only been
I mean, it
together for
is.
maybe a year.
It is, but it's just like
Not
what the
fun
fuck.
long.
It's like, yo.
I need more D100s.
I'm rolling actual dice. Hold,
Okay.
please.
Oh yeah,
52
Samson,
from
let's
Sam.
go. I like
I got
that.
80.
Oh, I like oh. So we got 15, 48, 49 in 3.
So what was it?
Right.
15, 48, 49 and 3.
Oh, let's go with 3.
No.
No, let's get the average.
The average, let's see what that is. 48 and 49 is what? 97 plus 3 is 100. That's funny. Plus 15, 115 divided by 4 is what, about 54 almost? Yeah.
So that makes it 40. Oh, yeah.
46?
Wait,
Wait, how did I do that? Hold
I don't
on.
know how you do
how
that.
do we get to
I kind
I-
of like 15. If I'm being
Under
honest.
15
15?
divided by 4.
15 years is a very long time.
Is it?
Not for an elf, but for everyone else.
Yeah. That's an interesting enough number.
Yeah.
15 years
15
is
is
more
fine.
than enough time to establish everything you guys are trying to establish. Seth, it will be truly a great city at that point.
No, I'm an idiot. It was 24.
24?
20, 28,
Oh, 20,
29. Let me
24.
do the number. It wasn't 24. It's like 28, 56, 112, maybe one more. 29, 58, 116. Yeah, about 29. That was the average. I'm like, what? How did you do this? 29 was the average. About. So yeah, we got 15 or 29. What do y'all want?
29.
You want 29? Brian, what do you say?
Well, what do
I
you
want
got?
to see
Where we
people
at?
in there.
Greg and Chris, where you at?
So we heard a 15, we heard a 29. Why not just go with 30?
Because
Nope.
the average, Greg. All right, it's either 28 or 29. All right, we're not going with 30, Greg. All right, we're going with
28 and a half.
You didn't hear me just say 15? I didn't hear.
15. Okay, you want 15?
No, I want 15.
What do you
I'll
want?
take 21. 21.
No,
What?
no, we're
What?
using the number.
No,
The numbers we have. You have two
29
options. To do with
or
that.
15.
29 and 15.
We're
so.
either going to do the average of all the numbers rolled, Greg, or the lowest, or 15 because that's far enough in the future.
All right, hold up.
Yeah, I say 29.
You say 29? Okay, we got two 29s. I'm not sure. I don't care either way. I guess
You
29.
see what everybody's
I
like
think
older.
29
It's
is
really old, though.
that
Is it?
29 gives it enough time for people to be out the way.
No, you'll be out the way in
15 rules.
15. You'll be nice and retired.
No,
Everyone, you're out the
no.
way.
No. Samson is
No.
30. Not even 30. 29 still.
Yeah,
Maybe 28.
The next campaign will be ground level. You won't be interacting with any of your people.
I get that.
I
But
don't think you do.
we're unpredictable.
You also,
No, I don't
Samson's a
think you
half elf, so you're definitely not going to be old at that point either.
Midas will be. Yeah, they live to about 160, and Midas is age-wise, he aged 12
The
years. So
only one
he's
actually
37,
aging here
so
is
he's
X.
56.
X and the
Yeah.
Star are the only people actually aging here.
Has like 100 years.
And let's just be honest, and let's just do this for old time's sake. X was kidnapped as a kid, so he actually doesn't know how old he is.
Oh,
shut
my
up.
God. Thank
Yo,
you for
shut
bringing it
up.
back around, sir. Thank
How
you,
old
sir.
are you, Greg?
Thank you.
I hate
sir.
you. I hate
Right.
you so much. How old are you?
You can pick your character's age, Greg.
Fucking asshole. He doesn't know how old he is.
Child.
Fucking gosh damn it, Greg.
and
That's so
ending how he
annoying.
started, you know? Full
He doesn't
circle.
know how old
That's
he is.
definitely full circle.
Can we say X finds his like parents in that
X
time?
was 21. Nah, X never cared about
21, 21.
He's 50. He'll be 50.
Can you do something for me?
So basically, it's a difference between X being 36 and 50. How old was Assad?
He was youngish,
No.
I think. Actually, he wasn't very old. I have
Okay.
to check with him. But
So,
those are the only two
at the
who are
oldest,
going to
he'll be
actually
60.
age.
Yeah, at the oldest, he'll be 60. What time do you when do
I want to
humans
know what
die?
happens after their contract expires. How many years is that?
I have to double check, but that's going to Fela because they signed a new contract. He signed a contract with Anton.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
a
what I'm
war.
saying. I want to see
This is
what
what
happens.
Midas
Oh,
needs to
how
stop.
that plays out.
How that plays out.
Well, I mean, if you're going 29 years, it's been settled, one way or the other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
15 and
29
will be a little
years.
rocky.
29 years. I see Setheric as like, you remember the Pokemon stops on the Pokemon game on like Game Boys,
Mm-hmm.
where you could just go and get healed, whatever. That's gonna be Setheric.
That's
Oh, isn't
awesome.
there Genie right there, Professor Oak?
Yeah, 15 or 29 is good for me. But since both of y'all went 29, I'm gonna rock with 29. I think
I'd rather
that
go with 29.
X will be 50, which gives him at least around 30 years if he lives to 80.
No, X lives longer than that.
Okay. I think
Because,
they say humans could live like to $120 if like they get like perfect health and everything like that.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
guys
thought you were
aren't.
talking about
You're not
the-
regular people, anyways. You're heroes, so you live a little longer
Yeah.
than the normal person would.
Monk of Mercy can bring himself back to
Yeah.
life.
Bring
Oh,
themselves
wow.
back to life.
Yeah.
Did you make this up? Because he always be doing this shit. It would be apropos for him to go out with this made up shit until he gets caught.
I'm checking right now.
No, he can't bring himself back to life. Hold up.
Exactly.
I'm looking
You fucking
Thank you,
beholder.
'cause that
I'm looking
didn't
at what
even
happens
make
at level
sense.
18.
So yeah.
That's hilarious.
And then Assad, if he's like 30 at the oldest, then he'll be under 60. Which he'll have a few years. I think Samson and Solora, the time doesn't matter to them.
It does. It really doesn't.
No.
Midas it matters somewhat, but not that much.
Yeah.
Oh, monks don't age.
No,
Okay,
you don't
bro.
have the
That-
effects of aging. You do age.
Oh.
There's at a certain
You
point,
keep
like
trying
you
every
hit your
angle.
prime, and you always look like that the rest of your life. That's why Shalora's family all looks like they look. They hit an age and stop physically aging, or visibly aging. So essentially, when you die, it'll just be peacefully. Your life is over. It's like, oop, not waking up today.
Can we tickle him to bring him back?
No, he'll be super fucking old because he gets immune to disease and like.
Tickle him to bring him back, and then he'll start. His little body will start jerking and laughing, and then it'll be like, "Oh, X is back. He just need a little bit of happiness."
Well, I can bring other people back to life.
Yeah, you can.
We all can. We all can.
Yeah, you suffer none of the frailty of old age. You can't be aged magically at a certain point. You do die of old age. That is a thing. But you no longer need food and water at a certain point. You just can live and hang out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I want
What? He doesn't need to eat. He becomes a
What the
fucking
fuck is
warforged.
this?
That's a monk.
Timeless body. Like again, Salora's family, they do this too.
Y'all weirdos.
I do want to make sure that Samson gives Midas his staff of healing back.
Okay,
I mean, he gave it to Samson, but sure.
that will have happened
He
at some
gave
point.
it
I
to
think.
Samson for the fight.
Oh,
Fight's
okay.
over.
Okay, so
Midas just puts it in his little stash.
it sounds like we're going 29 years in the future.
Yay, that'll be fun. That'll be interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
That means young Pheno's living his life right now. It's like a 13-year-old kid.
It
He's
does have
around.
implications for your current characters, for your
Yes.
next characters. So,
A little Pheno's
Midas.
13-year-old.
in 29 years, does Midas go through his channeling? Keep in mind, it can enhance charisma-based skills.
Right. I would think that he probably would have. I mean, it depends. Like, right, he was using it for fighting, right?
Mhm.
But he would want to get up his network, and if it took that to get up his network and in the best way possible, to make it as protected as he wants it to be,
Mhm.
then yeah, he'll go through it. But he still wants to open that case, though. Don't mess with me. Don't not let me open that case.
Okay, hold on. This has some implications. Let me check and see.
I know. Midas's throat lace on the outside of his face now.
Yeah,
It's just with his cheek.
just like that, exactly. Actually,
Don't give him cancer, man.
whoa, relax, jeez.
Like killing this man.
So, you had 60 more uses of channeling left.
Yep.
29 years. How long do you think it takes to go through that, give or take? You do it in 10, do it in 15. You did it early because you're building the organization.
Yeah, that's what I'm
quickly.
saying. How do you think it would take? How long? I would say how long you think it would take to get the organization together. And then I think that's how long I think I would make it.
I think with Tana's help, her persuasion skills and your boosted persuasion skills, you guys could probably get it up and running to like exactly your description. I would say it would take about 5 years.
5 years he uses it up.
Because you got to do it slowly enough not to draw attention, but quickly enough to corner the market, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
So in 5 years, you go through your channeling.
Oh shit, man! What the fuck is about to happen?
Okay, so that gives us 24 years of other Midas.
Other Midas? What the fuck just happened?
A lot of implications for campaign 2 is what just happened.
Yo, dude. No, you gotta tell me what other Midas is. This is still my character. Don't do this. Who is other Midas? What does he do?
No, you're still Midas. You still have your old goals and ambitions. You just make some choices that just feel like the right thing to do sometimes.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
you just you fund some expeditions in the walls. You encourage exploration and the improvement of some of the bard nations in the world.
All right. Question.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
It's 20. So basically, over the 29 years, you get. So is Midas this person forever now? After he goes through his channeling?
Again, it's not a. You're still you. It's just you get certain impulses to do certain little things that help make certain things. You feel you feel like drawn
For the rest
to,
of his life, I'm asking.
Oh, well, for 24 more years,
Why 24?
because that's when the campaign 2 starts.
Okay. Oh, and then the other question I have, I guess, is Oh, I'm sorry, I'm hearing stuff in the hallway. The other question I have is this going to mess with his vision for his organization though? Is he going to start making decisions that'll probably mess that organization up?
No, it will not.
Okay.
because That's something that your partner would notice.
Okay.
So no, you still make everything you said you wanted to make. You just
Okay.
make some other stuff on the side.
Let me open this thing up. Let me open that can up, yeah. Let me open the can. Open the can.
Do you attempt to open it before or after you go through your channeling points?
I'm gonna open it before I go through my channeling.
You're unable.
What? I could open it again in 30 days or 60 days.
Get in the class.
This is what I'll do.
This is what I need.
Baby,
Pretty woman next to me. They just was fire.
next to me.
She had a dream, I believe.
So, what precautions do you take before opening it the second time, or do you take none?
I mean, he's going to make sure that somebody can bring him back if he dies. Oh, so he kind of wants to. I mean, I guess he wants to kind of be around somebody he trusts to bring him back with some very strong magic. He wants to have all types of. He wants to guide himself. He wants to get bardic inspiration. He's going to use his little roles if he can. If he can level up at some point in there, he's going to use lucky. But yeah, he's good. He's going to use everything he can, like to make sure he gets it right this time, and then have somebody can bring him back if he can.
So leveling up will not be there as you guys are no longer active adventurers. So that's slow.
I mean, we should have leveled up after we killed Vezric. That's all I'm saying.
Slows to a crawl.
I got you.
You are able to successfully open it the second time you attempt it.
Okay.
With that, you are taken back into that void, but you remember it this time. You remember the feeling of immense insignificance, of fear and terror, of war, of being in a fight that feels larger than you, that feels almost insurmountable, that feels inherited. It was someone else's war.
Bigger than the dragons and giants versus the gods and stuff.
It feels like it's a war that belonged to someone else, someone stronger, that they did not finish.
Wow. Okay.
And you once again hear the booming everywhere all at once voice greet you with "Hello, little enemy." And you know for a certainty there is a conflict coming. One that Elestria is not prepared for and would have been better served to have those giants and dragons around to fight with you.
That's exactly what I thought this was gonna lead to. Like, why'd y'all kill? God damn it! I knew it because when we killed Vezric, y'all should have kept him around and blah blah blah. And then this thing caused me a little enemy. And if Midas knew beforehand, I wonder if we would have stopped him from killing Vezric. If I would have told him, "Yo, don't kill Vezric." That's interesting. Okay.
You feel drawn to discover more artifacts, to try to put the pieces together, to try to prepare the world for what's coming. And you feel with a certainty that you greatly question, and it keeps you up at night sometimes, what side of the war you're going to end up on.
That's how Midas is going to end up on.
Correct.
Wow. Do I feel like this thing's going to push me to a side? Or...
You realize the channeling has come from this. And you are not naive enough to believe that was for free.
Right.
So part of funding these dungeon diving expeditions, part of trying to grow, research these ancient druid nations, is trying to find out what happened to you, what's coming, can it be stopped, what needs to be done to stop it.
Cool. Because I was going to say that once you told me, I was going to say Midas is it's also like that's part of what he's doing now with his organization, is passing on this information to prepare the world for this crazy thing.
It's an uphill climb because who would ever believe that?
Right. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, hey, we have this war oncoming.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so because I don't necessarily know that he wants to constantly be direct. It's more so, hey, trying to get them to get things prepared, get people to get things prepared, whether they know there's a war coming or not.
Very the Starks, winter is coming, slowly trying to push the world to be aware and active of some threat that they can't comprehend yet.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
That army needs tightening up. Maybe we should get some information over there to where they feel like they need tightening up. Whether they feel like that's against some common enemy or they just feel like they're slacking. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely works. And that's where we'll close the book on the Shadow's Echo.
Oh wow!
it's a wrap.
It's a condom.
So what was the Shadow's Echo?
I was about to ask, are there any questions that I
Nah,
may
Chris.
answer depending on if they affect campaign 2 or not. The tree was an echo of his own shadow, essentially. The tree was the Shadow's echo, him himself.
All right, fuck that up.
Okay, wait. He was an echo of himself? Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Of his first life.
Okay, but so there were echoes that we were in the chamber with that time, right? When we were watching them? When the dragon was playing on the piano?
On the piano. That was a curse. She was
Okay.
cursed to play for all time for her compatriots and people she considered friends who weren't dead.
Okay, so the tree's the only echo we ever met.
No, there was
No,
some
we met
echoes in
other
rings.
echoes.
Yeah,
The rings.
the rings. You had 2 echoes who were stuck in rings.
Okay.
But
Yep.
they were echoing through items. He was echoing through
Mm-hmm.
people.
So basically, that's what Anton is now? He's an echo?
Anton's dead.
That's
Anton's dead?
You guys killed Anton, and the tree took his body. Because when the tree dies, he takes the body of his child.
Oh my god.
The closest
Oh,
one,
no.
the closest one to him. So,
Yo, Samson, you piece of
and
shit.
so the tree was going to come to avenge his son, and that's why he's
Yo,
so
we-
hell bent on the Feywild, because he's going to.
He doesn't
avenge-
have any choice.
He's going to avenge his son. He
Damn.
doesn't. He can't control it.
So,
If he dies,
Damn, Chris.
he possesses.
We have to do something about Samson.
No, it's about Samson.
hold on.
Yo, this
Wait.
motherfucker. No. Michelle, he going to sit there and say, we got to do something about Samson. This
No, I
fucking clown.
heard.
So, had you guys ever approached him and told him, or he ever found out, the outburst would be, "You did not kill my father. You killed my son."
Oh my god.
So
Oh,
wait,
man.
what was the Samson we saw wandering around? Like, who looked lost? Was that just
The
So
Anton.
the tree.
The Anton?
tree.
I mean, that
Anton.
was the tree, because that
Okay.
is now Anton. He was.
so
in the
he was just
Feywild.
lost in a Feywild?
Tristan knows this?
Tristan is well aware of this thing happening.
What about Oriana?
Oh.
She does not. But
So
she
that tree. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
she realized it wasn't him when he didn't come to save her.
Oh.
Oh, we was all waiting for nothing.
Yeah, because he got the alert, and I rolled a dice, and it was, and back to what he was doing, because he remembered. He has all of Anton's memories, and all of the past feelings,
Weird.
but he has a lot of memories, and a lot of feelings from lives he didn't live.
So who's
Damn.
Kalim?
The original, that's his original name and his original
I knew it.
self.
I knew it.
Oh.
Kalim, Tristan,
Who
and your
has
grandma.
restored?
We guessed it. We guessed it, though. We knew it. We knew that was a tree.
Yeah, it
We
was
thought it
a
was
tree.
stuck in his
It's
head.
not the sword that possesses him. That's just his sword.
No. I said, who is the sword? Oh, he has a sword.
He
still?
has it's just his sword. It is the one he got from Asmodeus, but that is not what is possessing people. It is simply the curse put on the tree. He himself, Kaleem, is cursed to
Who cursed him?
Asmodeus. He broke his word.
Why?
He broke his word. He didn't kill Tiamat.
He betrayed the devil.
Betrayed the devil to lock away the gods. And there's
Yeah.
consequences
So-
of those kind of actions.
Who's the one? What's the love triangle thing?
So it's not so much a triangle. In the early days, Fela and Kaleem fell in love. But he was a reckless human, and at that point in time, things were dying. So he was always very reckless. He was always the one to take the risk in the plans. And when he eventually made this bargain, he refused to have children with Fela because he knew his death would mean the death of their child. She refused to tell him that, but Tristan found out. And they decided she would, because she was always very powerful, she would feel it was a personal fault of her own that he had to do that. And she had her own dealings and her own deals that she broke. But she was one of the people who kind of pushed them to that extreme, that they needed to do more after they all got tricked by Azrael and a bunch of their compatriots died. So it became a situation of they had to be more extreme, they had to take more risks, it had to be by any means. And Kaleem, being the human, took the biggest risk because that's what they do. And they both knew that she would never forgive herself for it. So they didn't want to tell her. So he spurns her affection, runs away essentially. Tristan goes with him, leaving her alone in this semi-immortality. Next time they pop up, they've created a nation, named it after her, and he's named his firstborn daughter after her. More than she can stomach, so she throws Rishquib at them. With the intent of, and her initial hurt of killing him, but in hindsight realizing that's not what she wants at all. And she rushes there, but she's too late. And she arrives with Kaleem's daughter crying over Kaleem's body. And she goes to comfort the girl, thinking, she's gotten the girl's father killed. Only for the child to lash out, saying, "You've killed my daughter." And for a sick understanding to come over her. And that's led to decades and decades and decades of feud and uneasiness and tension.
Have we ever met the first citizen?
No.
No. Okay.
So, who was? So, what I was talking about was the magic, the makers. That.
Oh.
But I'm glad to have gotten that story.
Yes. You have not met any of the people involved in that besides Baez.
Yo, was Baez the one? Can you tell us that? Was Baez the one who liked the daughter? It was his dumbass. I know it was him. He's a fucking clown.
Yeah, it was Baez.
I knew it. Fucking piece of shit.
That is a
He's
very
a piece of shit.
very complicated.
What was the question?
So Baez.
Go ahead.
Essentially, the maker or whatever, right? The original magician, right? You call him. He had two students, right? The two students, all of magic schools were born of the two students. One of the students had a thing for his daughter, and that led to. Then he wound up killing the maker because he had a thing for his daughter, because the maker disapproved of it or something like that.
Depends on which version of the story you believe.
What was it? What? I only got one version.
Then yes.
Then Brian fill in the rest of the version. So,
No,
what's
you
the
only
other
got
version of the story?
You only got one version, so that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he killed. From what we know, he killed the maker because the maker disapproved of his daughter and him.
Who is Columb's best
Well-
friend?
Hmm?
Who is Columb's best friend?
Tristan.
Tristan.
Who was killed 25 years before?
Oh, the two. You talking about?
Oh,
They died?
no. You're talking about way back.
Mm-hmm.
An unnamed human person.
Oh.
Dang,
That
he's
was
lost to history.
way. Yeah, he is lost to history. That's when he was a very young man. Well, he was a teen when that happened, and it took him
Now,
a while
the
to get
oth-
strong enough to revolt.
The other two that were killed, like a goblin or something like that, or I forget what you said,
A
or
dwarf and a
gnome.
gnome, I believe. If my memory
Yeah.
checks.
Are they alive or are they dead?
No, they're dead.
really dead.
They're dead.
Okay.
That was the second fight they got in because they managed to seal Vezerick and spread this rumor they killed him, and they were ambitious and big-headed, and Azrael was much smarter than them, and tricked them into thinking they fought their way through her forces, and she fucked them up.
Azrael wasn't smarter than us.
So they understood this ancient evil then. That's why they locked Vezerick away.
No, they the way he kept pulling down sentinels and shit on you guys, he was doing that then. They were getting overwhelmed, and they managed to get him to a point where they had an out, and they felt like he may have more of those kinds of tricks up his sleeves, and a decision was made that was the best way to go about it. It wasn't exactly a group decision.
Who made the decision?
Yeah, which one of them?
That would be Kaleem.
So by locking him away, it would stop the giants?
It ends the fight.
It ends up, oh. So why did he call my grandmother a coward?
Because she was not strong enough to kill him herself. A human had to lock him away. She was a druid of much prestige in her day. Back in that day.
A druid? Wow.
Wow. I didn't think druid. Two things. One, Bias is older than all of them. For one. And then two, this warden, I guess, that this thing that Midas saw, like, this predates that war they were in.
The war between the mortals fought against the giants and dragons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit. So then Bias might know about it then. Might.
We'll see in campaign 2 if you ever find him.
Yeah.
So
I'm never gonna find Bias. Fuck Bias.
I was away from my phone when it happened, so I couldn't unmute. But would Midas have tried to tell Solara about this impending war?
Would Midas try to tell Solara about the impending war?
Yeah.
Sounds like a roll of the dice.
Well, no, Mr.
No,
you can answer.
give me a second to think. Yes. He'd have told the Misfits.
Okay.
He'd have told them,
So-
like, yo, this shit's coming. And that's what I learned. And we need to prepare.
So Brian,
Mm-hmm.
that being said, and knowing that Foss's history is completely made the fuck up, Solara may have tried to ascend to her throne faster to get control of the army.
Yo, Jamal?
No, I have my own
to
throne.
the Sunrise Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Kill everybody.
What would you not do to do that.
What would I not do? I forgot what I said I was going to do.
Uh,
I was
going-
just trying to.
Going to see the grandparents, adventuring around with his sister and Theron.
I wouldn't adventure though.
Okay.
I would have to kind of leave Sethrit as like two. Like I couldn't be present in Sethrit really anymore.
I will say the earliest that could be compromised is 25 years.
Okay.
So you do get 25 years to do the things you were talking about.
Okay. So, from then on, she would just try to build a powerful arcane forces and try to see if she could convince the other two queens to do the same. What'd you say, Greg?
Oh, sorry. Making a PB&.
BB&J, nice. When you say tell them Misfits, do you include Assad in that?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
That's good.
Midas is gonna he's gonna go make amends with the side and tell them, hey, you know, Tiamat piece of shit, but she actually did good for my people.
Look at that. That's a funny situation.
Tiamat's very complicated and very schemy person. She does a lot of good things because she has, you know, machinations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but he's gonna tell Assad like, yo, this ain't no joke. You need to prepare for it.
Here's my question
Mhm.
related to the game, and it
Mhm.
goes to Midas. I mean, Saeed, not you. Does Midas still see in black and white, or are things a little gray?
He still sees the black and white.
but he has friends who can see the gray. So
Yeah,
I think that helps.
He's not
him.
really a gray area guy, but like, yeah, he's got friends who can see the gray.
You know,
And he
okay.
respects their opinions and stuff. He just
Okay,
can't do it
that's
himself.
growth. That's character development. That's
Okay.
some sort of growth.
We did, however, see him kind of see the blue screen of death earlier. Had to restart.
Huh?
What do you mean my family's the fallen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Midas took a step back, like when he still said no, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta kill these motherfuckers, all of them."
He's like, we're
Gotta
all
kill
the
them all.
fallen.
It was a final boss fight.
Midas like, fireball, 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 fireball. Please again, I'm gonna kill myself in this. Everybody gather around. Come closer, everyone. Come closer. Back it in, guys. Fireball, fireball, fireball.
Okay.
It's funnier. At the beginning of the day, I wanted to like hang a little sign that said "1 day since murdering somebody," and then I was like, "Dude, I end up murdering somebody today, and I don't want to do that." And then this whole interaction, I'm like, "This is why they hang the sign."
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was about to have to fight. Midas was really about to just be like, "Oh, I reject it," and he's gonna go it. Just black and white, Greg. Midas is about to go for it. He's gonna say, "Oh, shit, well, this is it."
Well,
So I'll say, Samson, you ready? Can you dimension door? How many people can you dimension door?
well, X would probably break that rift breaker.
Yeah. How many people? I think I could kill 12 of them before we get over it. Nah. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
The world's going to be in a very fascinating place in 29 years.
Yeah.
Do we find out anything else about the moon?
About the moon?
Like the history of the moon and like what's dripping from it.
That's
You know,
actually
Mia was on a mission.
that was other moon semen. They had a baby.
I'm so. You know what?
There was moon semen dripping from it.
That's not what that is.
Please. Please. Please.
Brian being really secretive about that moon semen.
I'm
but
trying
whatever.
to think. It would
Can you-
take Mir quite a long time to build his mining equipment, as it were.
Oh wait, what's the War of the Last Moon?
The War of the Last Moon was fought between the giants and the dragons, which Azrael ended.
Right.
Because she felt they needed unity for what was to come. I will say it's so tricky. I will say you're not able to find out much more about the moons.
Okay.
I think with Assad's help in Alterium, Mir and whoever would go with him would be able to teleport to the moon.
I'm in there.
And I think that will be a one shot to see what can be found out about what's up there.
It needs to be somebody named Enel.
Someone named who?
Enel. One Piece?
I figured that's what you meant. Knew it. Yeah, I'll put him up there.
Peace on the biscuit.
Oh, Sheen.
But we will. We may do a one-off. A couple hours and see what you guys can find out about the moon before you have to return. But I think the moon trip will be a one-time thing. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Elestria is going to be a very interesting place in 29 years, especially with most of the most powerful nations gearing up.
Samson did say it was on his bucket list to perform on the moon with the man on the moon.
You did.
So, yep, Midas is definitely watching these militaries build up, definitely planting people inside of them. Just to keep eyes on things.
You have the ability to do it.
Brian, I have one more question.
Yes.
Who was that thing, that book talking about with the brother and the sister in that cave, and Azrael's like dungeon cave?
Ooh, I got a question too.
Is like one left or something. This thing we saw in the Book of Truth, I think.
Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's talking about like somebody leaving, like the brother leaving or something. Like,
is it Bahamut and Tiamat, or Bahamut and or somebody in Azrael?
Mm-mm.
Azrael getting stuck.
I swear it's talking about like brothers and sisters, but I don't know. I don't remember the exact.
I'll have to pull it out of the trunk here and read it.
It's probably in roll 20. Not roll 20. Roll 20?
Yeah, roll 20.
Did I ever type it?
It probably is in there as a note. Yeah, as a note.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Hold on, let me look at the note. Handouts.
Can you check on Junior?
Yep.
I keep saying his room is hot, but
Okay. I'll get down there in like 30 seconds. Other question, I guess. Did Midas' dad write in there that Lockamore was an honorable man? That's what he picked up. He was like, huh? Is that dad?
If you were to ask him one day, he would tell you yes, he did write that.
oh.
Were the Master's ex's real parents?
No,
Stop.
man. Look, you said you didn't care about. You said you didn't care about your parents.
Crazy.
So I had to him say they were dead. They're dead, man. I'm sorry. I did think you cared about them, so they got killed off in a little side thing. I'm sorry, Greg.
I just wanted to ask a question. I haven't asked anything.
That was a fun campaign, you guys.
It
It
was.
was.
I'm sorry. Anton really is dead.
He
Yo,
is-
That
fucking
is so-
Samson.
That hurts
Chris
my
is
soul.
funny, yo.
Like, I
Yeah,
can't.
what the fuck was Samson thinking?
Yo, what was Samson thinking?
You really killed Anton.
Yo,
Right.
that hurts. That hurts.
Samson
hate to
killed
see it.
Anton and lost a legendary loot and
Yeah.
sword in the process.
And
Only did it
created a war of the realms.
Isn't that?
You know what?
That guy
Samson's
was
the real villain in this arc.
Yes, for real.
Wait,
It all
Hold-
started with the lever
hold
pulling
on.
and trying to kill
Hold on.
Assad.
hold on. If I tried to kill Assad in the open, you tried to kill Assad.
That was an alternate universe. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't on that timeline.
Oh boy. No, I mean there was a path to Anton's return, but roads not taken and
What?
such.
Man, that sucks.
It happens.
That really sucks.
That's wild, yo. I wonder if we would have ever figured that out.
Oh, that
Man,
hurts
you
so
guys,
bad.
You guys are pretty hell-bent on never talking to him about this ever. And I don't know, outright avoiding Anton, but like just really not trying to pursue that. But
Would Oriana have told me eventually?
She didn't know.
She figured it out.
she knew something was completely off. She was going actually to go see his older brother.
How? Oh, right, we found out. Never mind. I forgot about that. What happened to him? Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean it's it's a very complicated state of being unalive, so it's not super cut and dry.
I'm sad. That hurts.
Yeah, it's rough. I had to go through that a few years back. But no, I mean,
My bad,
it
man.
happens. It happens.
That's crazy.
It was not
First
the
of
intent.
all, and most of more. That line is crazy now.
Chris is really solid, yo. I'm still amazed, man, what you did.
He didn't know.
Hey, well, who
That's
did?
He didn't
crazy.
know.
You
Hey, well,
killed
who did?
Anton, man.
He had
Samson?
no
That
no
was
way to
wild.
know.
Yeah. I can't believe Samson did that shit.
Yo, you ridiculous, bull. Michelle is comfortable in his room. I went in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
he had no way to know.
He was so dead.
Yeah,
That
How
was
was
a
Samson
wild
supposed to
thing
know
to
that?
have done to begin with, though.
How was
That was
Samson
so
supposed to know
wild.
that?
Killed your homie Pop. Like
That's a problem in and of itself.
being
All
a
right,
single
Only
fan
did it
song.
to, quote
You
unquote,
dealing with
help
this
him.
and you killed this brother, but dog, don't think he don't know it. Just because he don't show it, Peg's a motherfucker and he won't blow it. All right, that's in life. That's in life. You killed his pop.
I'll take that over. Honestly, no disrespect, any Solar commentary after what we just recommended.
Well, the thing is, I told Brian before, that was just like, I was trying to think of something else to do. My first thought was to, my sister. Then it was just like, all right, what other wild thing would the Lord do?
Yeah, that
Right.
was. I'm bored with my character. Let's spice it up.
But exactly. So Lord ain't have nothing else to
Let's
do.
go full chaos monkey and see what we can get out of this.
Perfect time to end the campaign.
Yeah.
Listen to here.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the. There's some other, ripples that came from the campaign, but that's one of the bigger ones.
All right.
Crazy.
I think my questions are more so towards us
Okay.
and not the actual characters or the campaign.
Mhm.
Has anyone learned anything about themselves through playing these characters?
That's a good one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. Real shit. What I've learned through playing the character of Samson is that your perception of yourself is not the same perception that other people have.
That's
Yeah.
true.
What
No,
I've
I'm
learned
sorry.
through Midas is to let people walk away.
That's a good one. It's a very good one.
No, that's real as shit.
But I haven't learned anything about myself. Like, as far as, like, I think I am it reaffirmed in what I believe in myself of myself.
Woo.
I'm a black and white person. That's how I am, for the most part. So
You play too fucking much.
Jesus.
You play too fucking much.
what do you mean?
Just like Midas. Always fucking around when we're trying to do so.
No, that's a good thing. You know, it's comic relief. You know, you got to bring some lightness to the load.
I respect it.
What I learned about myself. I like what you said, Chris. Your perception of yourself isn't how other people perceive you. Because man, I swore me calling y'all by y'all class was not gonna be an issue. Y'all hated that. Luffy does it, so I'm like, I can do it.
Lucy?
Luffy.
Oh, Luffy.
One
Okay.
Piece.
Luffy.
One Piece.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that's like the biggest overall lesson. But
I learned that.
I learned how upset I could get. Like, so some of those moments, like I really got pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really got pissed off when the framing incident took place. Like, I was so ready to leave this damn campaign.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's a game, Greg. It's a game. But I really got pissed off. You know?
No, yeah, me too. I had to leave the group chat
Oh yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah. I think it was me and the Sean arguing made Chris leave before.
Yeah,
It made Chris leave the Misfits chat too.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. I don't know. I'm just an arguing person. You know, what can I do? I don't really mean anything by it. I don't mean to hurt anybody. I just argue.
What was that number one lesson? The way we perceive things might not be how others.
Exactly. That is the lesson.
You just argue, but how do other people take those arguments?
Oh no. I know a lot of people don't. They're annoyed by them, but I just can't stop. I'm just like, nah, just keep going through with it, man. You know, you gotta.
God.
My thing is, it's like when I work, I have to chase things to a natural end. So like, if it doesn't have an end point, I have to keep going until we get to an end point. It's like, okay, this is the end of it. Good.
What the fuck?
Lesson unlearned. Cool.
And so like, I get in like arguments on Twitter or whatever, and like we go down. I got in an argument with some dude on LinkedIn until it got to a natural end point. I was like, okay,
You got
LinkedIn?
into an argument on LinkedIn.
You did not argue on LinkedIn. How do you even do that?
I argued on LinkedIn. Yes, on LinkedIn.
That's insane.
Oh no.
Yeah. We're arguing about negotiation and compensation.
What is wrong with you?
Negotiation and compensation. That's
Oh
what we're
my
arguing
God.
about.
That's real. LinkedIn is like too
Yo,
close to real life, man.
you have to be seeking an argument to get into an argument on LinkedIn.
I mean, somebody says
No,
That
no.
is-
Sometimes
wow.
no.
people be saying stupid
Sometimes
stuff.
those
Chris.
comment sections is wild on LinkedIn.
I told Boy too about himself too. I suggested that he might be a little bit racist. But
The drug, yo.
you say,
You don't have to bring it to an end, but you're saying that it's a definite. Like, if you don't, It's like something bad.
Bother me. No, it'll just bother me.
Oh, gosh.
In my head, like it'll just be like, yo, but you didn't come to an end. It doesn't mean we have to agree. It doesn't mean somebody has to be right and somebody has to be wrong. It just has to be the end of the argument. Like, okay,
Why can't
this
the
is
end
where
just
it
be
makes sense to
like,
end.
all right, man, like, I'm out of here, and let that be the end?
I mean, if they
This is a very
decide to do
plausible
that, I
end.
can't make them
No,
argue.
why can't
Yeah,
you?
why can't you do that?
No,
That is also an
No.
go. Why would I do that if there's more to
Because-
say?
Oh, well.
So, you guys want to know the name of campaign 2?
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Wait, we have a name already?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know other things
Well,
about people.
here it go.
Campaign 2 will be World Breakers.
World Breakers.
World Breakers.
That should have been campaign 1.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
The fuck? We done fucked up the world all
Apparently.
types
World
of
Breakers
ways.
Part 2.
You didn't break it. World
Well,
Breakers is campaign
well.
2.
Well,
World Breakers.
well. So hold on. Here's my early theory. First thoughts. World Breakers is what you know how they refer to the heroes of old.
Mm-hmm.
We were Earthbreakers.
You think the Misfits were the Earthbreakers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the
Heroes of
Desert
Old,
Kill
and then-
might have been it.
And then we broke it. Because now we got something that we're fucking trying to build toward because we broke the shit.
Well, I mean, you guys aren't playing your characters in campaign 2. You're whole new people.
No. I'm talking about the Misfits are building towards something because they broke the shit. It's like, oh, we could have used them? They would have fought on our side? Oh, well.
Man.
We do have a giant, though. We have a giant. There's still a
We
fire.
also have Dragons.
Let's
We
Still,
also have
that's still
Dragon
not a
Eggs.
giant.
My character is going to be Midas's spoiled grandchild. So
No, please.
No.
That's my first time hearing.
Please.
No.
that's a joke. That's a joke.
What are you doing with dragon eggs, by the way, Solar?
I was gonna work with my sister, see if it was worth well, now that I know about this fucking war, they gotta come out. They gotta grow.
I heard they make a mean omelet.
Nope. And I'm gonna get my sister to put back whatever it was I took off of that one egg.
She can't do that.
If she can't, I'm gonna find somebody who can.
Bias. Bias,
Right,
but it'll cost
bias.
you. But it'll cost you.
Yes.
Are you having buyers do it?
It'll cost
Did
you.
my grandmother do it?
Nah, different kind of magic.
Fucking egg.
Find Kalul.
Who the fuck is Oh, right.
Bias' enemy.
Oof.
They should be good for this war.
What are
if they
there
care
2
about
or
it.
3?
3 dragon eggs.
How many? I would make the deal,
With
because
bias?
I would feel partially responsible for what's to come.
Well, it's not really a deal.
I mean, whatever the fuck you was trying to.
Motherfucker just uses you like a tool.
Okay.
Like the ASMR gods. They just use you.
Yeah, I'll get him to do it.
Okay.
Wait, what was it again? That I broke?
It was a weave around it that let essentially the person who hatches it have some level of control over the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an important bond. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
a forms of bond. Okay, so
Is there a way to make sure he doesn't have the control?
No, it's who it hatches. Like who hatches
Okay.
because it's hatched through
Okay.
will.
Will.
Or just gotta watch eggs
Compulsion.
all the time.
Compulsion.
Kind of. So, okay, a deal will be struck with Baez.
I'm so happy I don't have to play some Laura anymore.
Who are the are you keeping all 3 or are they going other places?
Keeping.
Okay, so Laura has 3
Mother
dragons.
of Dragons. Yeah. You know who else had 3
Or-
dragons? Daenerys.
Actually, depending on my sister doing, it might give me her.
Well, you gotta decide that today, actually.
Oh, fucking right. What is my sister doing?
Michelle's not good with deciding things for last minute.
Oh, you know, I probably should have. You're right.
Right,
Last time
for
I
real.
pushed her too, and she murdered somebody.
Thank you.
I'll get back to you.
Okay, so what's everyone
I
looking
need
at
as
their
much detail as possible, huh?
nothing? Go ahead.
What's everyone want?
I said looking at like class wise for the next character.
Well, keep in
You don't have
mind.
to, you don't have to give stories or anything, just class wise.
Keep in mind.
Keep in mind. Come on, you go.
You all. I'm not sure if you all have to know each other, but you all are going to be in a. You like each other. You don't. No murder.
Mutual, like
Mutual
beneficial.
respect or camaraderie or something of the sort.
I was hoping that the first campaign would be like that.
Well, we're going to
I was
mandate this
actually
time.
hoping that. Yes, thank you.
You will come in either you all know each other or it's like half and half, but you're all brought together to do a thing. And session 1 will not be the first session you guys have met each other, no matter what.
I like you. I do.
Unless you guys think you can handle being 2 different groups coming together.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No,
Thanks for the
no.
honesty, guys.
You know us for 4 years, Brian.
Exactly.
One
let's-
group met at
learn
different
from our
times, but
mistakes.
you are one group. Okay, there we go.
Who wants to be my high five partner?
Oh, me. My character would do that.
High five. No, I'm playing around. I don't know if you know what
man.
high five. So
Laura's
yeah,
gonna be a
That's rough.
what?
so Laura's gonna be.
No. See, we already starting on the wrong foot. No.
Crazy bastard, Laura.
My next character's gonna be a dwarf.
Michelle, did you realize you had an ego?
Michelle, are
Did
you
you learn that
serious?
about yourself?
About what?
The dwarf.
Yeah. Did you say a dwarf?
To me.
Y'all can
You
both be
said that?
poor. But that's not the class though. Y'all talking about races, okay? We talking about
But
classes.
Wait, you
It's,
said
only, it's
dwarf?
only, it's
You
only
did.
funny
You
because
did.
like we were both talking about druids and now we're talking about dwarves.
Oh, you're both
It's
going to be
cool.
dwarf druids? That's
you were
dope.
both monks. You were both monks.
Y'all can
Yeah,
tell. Yeah, you were.
Well, I was trying to decide between a barbarian and a druid.
Both of y'all are dwarf druids.
That would
Maybe.
be fucking.
You mean
hilarious.
y'all can be again because there's
It's
a
not
precedent
bad.
here that you guys know each
I mean,
Because druids can split too.
That
like,
can be your
the things that they
history.
do.
that can be how you guys know each other.
Exactly.
oh, that would be cute.
Cool. But I'm gonna be a circle of wildfire druid, most likely.
We could have went to high school together. Circle of Wildfire druid.
Well, I'm gonna be a hill dwarf. I don't know if she was gonna be a hill dwarf or a
Stop, Greg. That's exactly what I was
Oh,
going to
you guys know each other. It's in
please
stone.
get out
You
of
guys
my
know
head
each other.
right now.
It happened.
Y'all are
already.
best friends. Y'all best
Y'all
friends.
might be
grew
best
up
friends.
You grew up together.
That's
You definitely
hilarious.
grew up together. You definitely grew up together. That's in stone.
All right,
Right,
Greg.
that's
It seems like this is a.
y'all both like both feel. I'm gonna be a druid when I get older. You too. I'm gonna be a druid too.
Although I may be a barbarian, do what you want, man. It's cool. Follow your heart.
That's hilarious. Oh, I hate that. That's funny.
That's amazing. That's legitimately amazing.
I kind of love that though.
That's
Like even if you guys hated each other, you're like Ash and Gary.
at the worst, yeah. At the worst, you're Ash and Gary. But but again,
Yeah.
we're not doing that. So no, you're not.
Nah, no, that's kind of
Ash
funny.
and Brock.
Well, rivals are good. I don't
Ash
mind
and
rivals,
Brock.
but like, because Ash and Gary supported each other.
Friendly rivals.
Yeah,
really?
like friendly rival type thing.
Friendly
I love
rivals
that.
would be
Push
cool.
each
other.
I'm cool with friendly rivals.
Well then,
Y'all push each other. Just
Yeah.
keep pushing.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
I was going with a rogue
Mhm.
or a rogue barbarian fighter mix.
Mm.
So one of the two. I'm leaning toward the rogue though. How about you, Chris? Do you have any idea?
I'm thinking about the character right now, and what threw me off is this campaign ending so close after the other campaign.
Oh
So
yeah, he
I
has
was
two
already
characters to make.
Mm.
So, yeah,
That's good for you though, because now you can explore both, like or two different classes that you want to do,
Well, that's true.
yeah, but
multiple builds.
Oh, you know what? I might be a ranger.
see, for me, in the other campaign, I've already gone through like 3 or 4 characters. So,
Mm. Oh wow.
yeah,
How long was that
Or-
campaign?
That's
4.5 years.
Oh wow.
probably like a year less than ours or 6 months less than ours.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, very close in time.
Yeah. So I am Ah, dang, Fino or that guy. Fino is fun. Fino is fun. What race was he? I forget which race. I think I have it on there on D&D Beyond. Let me go check. Oh, I was a Hildorf too. No, I'm playing around. Fino's
I
a
was
halfling.
telling.
Oh, we got a short team.
I was about to say, they're all tiny.
Fino a shorty board.
That's kind of awesome in itself.
What were you saying, Chris?
Well, I was gonna say I was telling you about the thing that I saw earlier and the idea that I had for the character. But I wouldn't want to give too much away on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'd be a big ass kind of like barbarian sized dude with a chicken head.
He's serious.
Quinn Ryan. A barbarian with a chicken head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? Chicken head.
That's offensive.
So we're going to start
No,
at.
for real.
Do you want to do that over here, or do you want to do that in Managed Campaign?
I don't know. I guess I should probably do that in Manny's campaign. That's a little bit more silly.
Oh, Manny's campaign is a fucking bunch of characters, dude.
It is. It really
It's
is.
a fucking group of characters.
Yeah, that's definitely where it is with it.
It is clown shit all day.
Mm-mm. Well, you don't have to decide what you're going to be over here anytime soon. I got this movie. We wrap filming August 5th. So the 13th maybe, or the 20th we'll do session 0. And then
Okay.
the 27th will probably be episode 1. Give or take.
You should try to do episode 1 live, if possible. If it works out.
Do it what?
Live. Juntos.
You're saying
Yeah.
mine?
Live.
I'm saying in
Live.
person.
Oh,
Live.
in
L-I-V-E.
I mean, we could if that works out. Yeah, that's fine. That'd be fun. But yeah, great campaign, guys. Long time.
Oh, Brian, what did you learn about yourself?
She hates us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a few things storytelling wise. Making sure that my side characters stay side characters instead of writing them as main characters.
Like the people who helped us, you mean?
No, like Avasarla and people like that who are a little too alive. Your Cloak,
Yeah.
who maybe were a little too alive and too. I wrote too many long backstories for characters who were side characters, who shouldn't have had as much, rosiness to their cheeks. Being mindful of well, I learned to adapt quickly to how you guys respond to things, and to be mindful of what your characters mean to you all. And also I learned that the DM job is kind of 24/7 and doesn't really end at the end of the session. So that was interesting.
Oh, because of all the conversations you had to fill it afterwards.
And because of the chat, which was super fun sometimes, and not super fun other times.
I think that's really dope, and that can carry over into life. It's like you are your life's DM, and you should be careful on how close people's character is to them.
Absolutely. What else? I mean, I think that's the chunk of it all. The whole point behind this project for me was to get better at deadlines and turning out stuff quicker and being
Did it
better
help?
at. Yeah, absolutely. Because this was a weekly creative endeavor, and for a while they were doing twice a week.
That was a time.
Yeah, that was. Because the easiest thing to do is write when you feel like it. It's hard to do it when you don't. And so this was good practice for just always writing and always being in the mindset to do so.
You fucker! You used this for a psyop.
I made it very clear from the beginning that this had other uses.
I wasn't there to get that
That briefing?
notification, so I feel a little betrayed, actually.
No, and I guess I don't know. It's just a lot of fun telling a very big story, and everyone getting to play a part of that and affect the thing with all your antics and backstories and fun things like that.
You guys remember when I just ran around opening doors?
I was about to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was crazy shit. I learned a lot about, I don't know, how people make bonds and like trying to like at all times get you guys to realize you were friends. That was fascinating. And finding out ways to like bring a group together. Very, very tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of conflict resolution. A lot of that. No. All in all, 4.5, 5 years well spent, I think.
Feels like that
I agree.
era. Yeah.
End of an era.
Yeah, and in a month
Section
to
one.
we'll do it again. Do not make your characters yourselves again, please.
Do not what?
Make your character yourself again.
Oh yeah, Fino's nothing like me. That was cool.
Yeah.
Branch out a bit, spread your wings, get a little creative. Try on a pair of
think I learned
shoes you
it.
don't usually wear.
Yeah.
I had this one character I was thinking about, and as I'm going down, I was like, yeah. And then he's gonna have this group or this order that he used to listen to. And then I'm like, stop.
Right.
That's great. No, I'm excited for what Campaign 2 will bring. I'm excited to write a new story, continue a great story. It's going to be very exciting to progress your characters, progress that world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Yeah, because I got some
Sounds
ideas for
hilarious.
your character, for all your characters, really. Where I see their future going. I think it's very cool that the foundation of it was starting from Midas' story, and I originally built out. Huh?
How did it tie into my
He's
story?
no,
That's not
he's
like-
the first one that gave me his backstory, so I built the whole world out around it.
Oh,
The first group I built was the Fallen, and the Ignobles and Tanner's ties to that, and not Tanner, Tiamat's ties to that, and Tiamat's other endeavors. And
It was a
ground the world.
detailed backstory, y'all.
It was.
Something.
It was. And I
thought
think it's
I had
very
it
cool that the original build of it was the Ignobles having this extreme network, and that ended up being Midas' actual goal, and it was just all sitting there waiting for him. I think that was awesome. How Kennedy
Yeah, that
did
was pretty cool.
Because that's always what the Fallen were.
What's that?
This network of spies and people in infiltrating organizations left and right. And that's what Tana wanted it to be, because she had the shipping empire and she wanted to smuggle and spy and move.
Yo,
the
that's
world.
funny that I really was just like, I'm going to be Tana. I hate Tana.
Yeah.
Like, really, I should have been looking up to her, but I hate her.
You should have been. But, you know.
Again, black and white, man.
She was a fun character, too.
Like an orca, Greg. Like an orca.
One thing I had to learn that I maybe got to check out eventually is not having every character be an assertive person and just let you guys be mean to people. It's tricky. Very tricky.
We were never really mean to anybody, though.
You were never super nice to people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Solar's
man.
trying to be nice to people, at
I
least in
don't
the
know.
beginning.
I don't know. Like Jillian wasn't supposed to be
Samson
what
needs
she
to
ended
get
up
made
being.
fun of for trying to make friends.
You were making
Jillian,
friends with monsters.
Solar was like giving out like golden tickets to her country. Like
You did.
Jillian was
You-
killing
you
people, yo.
gave it-
she was like trying to talk to like all the common folk.
You were. You gave a rite of passage to a someone playing a revolution. It just so happened that character was written to be trying to do that, and you give them a writ of friendship. I was like, oh, what are the odds? What are the odds of this? They're gonna do a whole thing with this. I'm trying to think. Originally, Oriana was in charge of the thicket, or the axiom. Originally, it was hers. Then it got moved to Anton's. But she was going to be the actual person behind the scenes. But
Why'd you change it?
That all changed episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys are just being how you were to Anton, so he just became more and more able to be on a level that he could talk back about it.
And then we killed him.
Huh? Yeah, and you guys tried to kill him. So,
But hey, y'all, I gotta go to sleep. I'll holler at y'all.
yeah.
All right, G.
Good session. Misfits for life.
Hey.
They are immortalized.
They are. They are. The first of who knows how many campaigns.
That's why on the ocean, Midas is at the port. The entry to the port is going to be just a giant statue of the Misfits, like attacking. What's it called? Vezric.
That's cool.
It's gonna be bronze.
Bronze. That can
Big
definitely be
bronze
commissioned. You guys have the money for it. Oh, there was a huge hoard of gold and stuff. So you guys are rich.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, he doesn't even need mommy and daddy's money.
No, you don't.
Exactly.
There's a shit ton of Vezric money. He had
Yep,
been
so-
hoarding.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
he is a dragon.
yeah he's
Yep.
a dragon.
Midas
Shoot.
definitely does not ask mommy and daddy for money. No, I don't need your help. I made my own way.
Cool.
Killing a
Excited.
dragon like everyone used to.
Exactly. Like Solara's grandma did.
She did kill some
I'm of her ilk.
stuff. Super exciting.
I'm a bear
Super
claw.
exciting. I'm very
Sonny,
excited for
listen,
campaign
Jack
2.
Dempsey. I'm a bear claw.
Cool.
What do you say?
Very excited for campaign
I
2.
do.
Yeah. So we got 2 hill dwarfs, 2 druids. Do we have a healer? Is
So,
somebody gonna be a healer?
Druids can heal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But I don't think a wildfire druid's primary thing is healing.
No, I think I would probably be able to heal a little bit, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
just
level,
don't do
second
that
level
with your
spell.
character. Don't do
Huh?
that with your. Make your character how you want to.
I haven't decided exactly yet.
Cool thing though. See, one of the cool things that was about what's his name? The dude, the other one that I'm not playing with, Quinn,
Mhm.
was he was extremely observant, and like all his passives were like his passive perception, passive investigation, like what's the other one? Passive something with a P.
Mhm.
They were all like 21, 22, and 25. Now this was at level 12, but at level 1 they were like 15, 14, and like 11 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Where it was just like, yo, like his, and I gave him like the keen observant or whatever feat and all the stuff like that. So like he would just kind of always be aware. That was his thing, being aware,
Oh, that's
battle observation, everything. But like, yeah, if we have fighters and people that can physically fight, then I'll probably go with Pheno. If not, I might go with Quinn. It's so hard to choose.
You could always make.
I
a
love
third.
Pheno. What'd you say?
You could always make a third.
No.
Mm-mm-mm.
What? I could do Quinn with Pheno's goals. It might be interesting.
Well, like I said, you got some time to think about it.
Yeah.
You guys
I mean, I
can
could
talk amongst
just make him
yourselves
Pheno,
anytime you
but then
want.
make him with Quinn's build.
Yeah.
That might. How
In
long we playing this campaign, Brian?
campaign 2?
Yeah, you,
have no
you gotta
idea.
put a.
Another 5.
Could. I have no idea. We'll see where the winds take us. It's gonna be harder.
Brian Spill
So-
is glitter. It's Black Twitter.
Oh wait, Brian, what was? Because originally you said you had
Spill
you
the
had
tea.
an end in mind for this campaign. So what was your original thought on ending this campaign?
You know, how much more did I have?
No, well, I remember someone asked like, how will we like end campaign 1? Like, do we have a specific goal in mind, or
Mhm.
like? And you said you had something in mind that you wanted to kind of get to.
Oh yeah, no, I did.
So
Didn't get to it.
Dude, we didn't get to.
I know, but I wanted to know what it was. All right.
Well, no, it's now a part of campaign 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
You want to tell us what it is, but not the secret behind it? Like, hey, I want you to fight a person. Fight this person.
It's the World Breaker arc.
Okay.
All right.
Which has now changed because it's now 29 years later. Very, very exciting. I'm so excited for it.
Wow. I am just like wondering what the fucking world's going to be like, because we have this in the backdrop of whatever our story is. We have the military's preparing for this major war, and Midas is trying to keep tabs on them, because I'm realizing now, like, as everybody's preparing, it's like, what if they decide, hey, I want to fuck with these people over here? I got this super
That's
strong
the
military.
thing. You're
now.
making a powder keg, and you're hoping
Exactly.
the big bad comes before the world implodes on itself.
Mhm.
That's such a risk. And you're doing shit you don't know why you're doing to. On top of it all, you got that little voice in the back of your head. Sometimes you do a little thing, and it makes sense, and you do it. But it's not part of your plan. Part of someone else's.
Which is interesting, because it reminded me, like, when we were at Rescue Inc., you were like, yeah, and in this part of the world, you got a bunch of dungeon divers and stuff like that. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Is he messing around with the ends of the earth and the frost for the Avatundra? Man, I wonder what's coming. Will that thing be present in World Breakers?
What thing?
That fucking thing that called Midas' little enemy.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Wow, so we're going to be confronting something big.
If you guys get
And you know who it is? It's going to be the guy that Pheno has to kill.
Yes. The main big bad will be specific to your story.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Everything's about Pheno.
I see that. It does track, so that does make sense. You're right.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Yo, Chris, you still there?
Yeah, I'm falling asleep. I'm
Are you serious about making your new character Midas' grandson?
I'm half joking about it, but
That shit would be hilarious. I have to say that shit would be hilarious.
Midas' spoiled grandson.
Come on with that, man. Relax, yo.
That's what would make it hilarious. The most hilarious of all.
Right. He wouldn't be that old. I mean, it's only been 29 years.
I mean, that's old enough to have a kid that's like 25 to have a kid. Oh, well, then.
How old is the kid? Yeah, how old is the
The
grandson?
math,
at
the
that
math
point?
ain't math.
Yeah.
Mine would be like 63. So yeah, you'd be like a little fucking 3-year-old just running around. Hey guys. I mean, I guess he could stand on the same thing Midas stood on and get older.
Or
I mean, he could be.
or hold on. Midas could have a kid 1 year in, and the kid is 28. So
Yeah, but the grandchild still would only be like
Grandchild doesn't work though.
a young kid.
I mean, if he has a kid at 18, 16, he's still young. Right?
15?
Still young.
Yeah.
yeah.
He'd be like 10 at most.
No, you could be 12.
Poor
You could put him at 12.
What happened
Poor
to Kid, by the way? Now that we're talking about kids, what happened to Kid?
Oh, Kid, Kid will be returning in campaign 2.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Created a villain. That's
Kid made some choices.
He got Nadar back. Is he getting Nadar back?
Kid made some choices.
Yo, that shit's hilarious.
Buns are forever.
Mm.
All right, y'all. I gotta
Alright,
get the
guys.
crash out.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was.
So yeah.
Till next
All
time,
right,
everybody.
night, y'all.
All right. Till next campaign. Peace.